Victor Tony from box 2 and Lawless off the inside, a greyhound up from Victoria, and a greyhound expected to show pace at Wentworth Park. Making its debut here is Lawless tonight for owner and trainer Lee Moore. So that's the speed map. Hopefully it pans out the way that we've got it, but as we know, they're animals and they don't always do the things that we think they do. Tarawai Ferrari will also show pace on the inside. Lawless off the inside, 2 starts back, a 30 and 21 winner at the Meadows, and then ran third at Bendigo behind Money O's. They're the tips from the dogs.com.au. Our expert has gone with Showman Jack in front of Tarawai Ferrari, Winlock Piper and Nangar Rocket. So Showman Jack from box number 6, trained by Johnny Smart. He's had 2 starts out of box 6, been placed on both of those occasions. Got a blistering PB here of 29.51. It came from box 4, which was in September of last year, through the Young Stars Series. 7 on that screen there is Winlock Piper for Andy Lord. And it's being handled by Paul Mills. Lee Rogers there with number 8, Nando Benner, trained by Barry Gibbons. But this first turn, all important here at Wentworth Park, as anyone who's had a punt can attest to. If you're on the favourite, you just want that clear air going to the first turn. Showman Jack, a terrific second at Albion Park at his last start. Go back 2 runs, a brilliant winner at Gosford over the 603 metres, but he's got a superb record here at Wentworth Park. The box is the negative, there's no doubting that, but he's had 16 starts here at headquarters for 8 victories, and has said that 29.51 PB. So Showman Jack, clearly the fastest dog on the clock. If it pans out that way for favourite punters, they'll be happy. A good way to start the night. But the greyhounds are about to make their way onto the track here at Wentworth Park for the opening heat of the Group 1 Ladbrokes National Derby. And hello and welcome to all our partners taking our pictures here from Wentworth Park tonight. As I said, we've got a full coverage of Derby and Futurity heats right throughout the evening. So greyhounds making their way along the parade area. They'll head onto the track and then up to the 520-metre boxes for the first event of 10 races here at Wentworth Park tonight. So as far as the market is concerned, Showman Jack, $2.75. He's rock solid around that $2.70 mark. Lawless is from the inside draw. He's from $3.80 all the way out to $4.80 at the moment. Winlock Piper, there's been good support for the Andy Lord trained galloper. $8 into $5.50. Tarawai Ferrari from box number 4. Case of the blows there, $3.50 out to $5. A sprinkling, only a sprinkling of money for number 2, Victor Tony for Tony Rasmussen. There is Victor Tony. It's currently $9 into $8. Number 3 is Joe Bears for Ronnie Ulrich, up on the mid-north coast of New South Wales, the real roughie in the race. Number 4 there, Tarawai Ferrari, a last start second here in a free-for-all. Drops back to age-restricted class tonight, so well suited. 6 is the favourite, Showman Jack, trained by Johnny Smart at Camden South. As said, superb record here. 8 wins from 16 starts to go alongside 3 seconds, and 8 the pink there is Nando Benner. But there is Jack. He is a white and brindle dog. He depicts his sire, the great Fernando Pale, one of the greatest chasers of all time, and Fernando Pale is now one of the greatest sires of all time. My best in the opening event, I'm with the favourite Showman Jack at around that 275 quote. As I said, I just think he's the best dog in the field. He's got the best PB here of 29.51. Winlock Piper will show pace on his outside. So too will Nando Benner. And we're just hoping that Showman Jack can miss any early trouble. And if that's the case, and he does get that clear air early, I think he'll be the one to beat for sure. Thanks. So look at the market. And as I said, the inside runner, which is Lawless for Lee Moore. From Victoria, Bendigo in Victoria. It's had 23 career starts, 7 wins and 9 minor placings. Open up at around that $3.80 quote, but it's got out to the best part of $5. Victor Tony at $9. $4.60 now about Lawless. Touch of money for him at the death. Victor Tony out to $10. Go Bears the roughie at $41. Tarawai Ferrari, another greyhound that's eased in the market. It's $3.50 out to around that $4.80 quote. Showman Jack, As I said, they bet $3.50 early about Showman Jack. He's into 280. Nangar Rocket around $8.50, 275 the fave now. Showman Jack. Winlock Piper, probably the best supported runner along with Showman Jack, $8 into $5.50. And Nando Benner been solid at around that $18 mark. As I said, beautiful conditions here at Wentworth Park. We're in the heart of Sydney. Nice and humid, and I would expect greyhounds to run fairly fast times here tonight because of the weather conditions. All right, they've been boxed. The first heat of the Ladbrokes National Derby. Our caller tonight is Russell Veach. And a massive upset in the opening event on the card. Go Bears, trained by Ronnie Ulrich at Urunga on the mid-north coast, for his daughter Karen, who I think Karen's son Chad is actually handling Go Bears tonight. Chad's only probably 16 years of age, so this is a massive thrill for the family. The time is 29.85. He'd had 2 starts here previously for 2 minor placings, the best on the clock of 30 and 26. So he's trimmed up nearly 6 lengths off his PB tonight, is Go Bears. The official numbers to the first heat of the Derby, 3, 1, 5 and 6. It's a length by 2 lengths. And that, as I said, is a massive upset, with Go Bears taking out the initial event. Well done to Ronnie Ulrich. Ronnie would be at home. This greyhound came off a last start 6 in the Warhope Cup behind Weffley Shield last Saturday afternoon. And Chatty Taylor is about to speak with Simon Orchard, and I imagine this is a massive thrill, not only for Chad and also Karen, but also the entire Ulrich family. So well done to them. For favourite punters, Showman Jack just got caught up on the outside in that run to the first turn. There was very little between the whole 8 runners. He was unlucky. He just never got a clear run at them. So the first favourite has been bundled out of the Group 1 National Derby Series here at Wentworth Park. 3, 1, 5 and 6, the time 29.85. Simon Orchard is trackside with Chad Taylor. Let's head down there now.
Yeah, thanks, Jude. Trackside with Chatty Taylor, grandson, I should say, of Ronnie Ulrich. Chad, seems to be right, mate. Can't hear it.
So swab 1 and 3 and we'll bet number 4, please. Swabbing 1 and 3 and 1.
Cup final just in the last couple of weeks.
Okay, just a couple of little comm problems here at the moment. We're going to speak with Chad in just a moment, hopefully. Simon Orchard is trackside there, as I said, but that's a huge, huge upset to the opening event. As said, look, he's a very well-performed greyhound on the country circuit. 29 starts, or 30 starts now, 10 wins, so a 1 in 3 strike rate for Go Bears, and he races his way into the Derby final next Saturday evening. The 3 fastest seconds out of the heats will also progress through. As said, we're picking up the coverage from Wagga tonight. And Tigalong Honey is the favourite for Michael Finn in race number 3 on the card. It's currently 295. 320 about Corborn Rocky, 340 for Tigalong Mate. So this is the 3rd event on the card at Wagga, and we're about 4 minutes off start time there. And the favourite, which is Tigalong Honey, 2 starts back. It's good here at Wagga over the 525 metres in a time of 30 and 52. A last start second at Temora. And it's had the 3 starts here at Wagga and just the 1 win. All right, there is the speed map for the 3rd event at Wagga. We expect pace to come from Corborn Rocky off the inside for Ben Talbot, a last start winner at Wagga over the 400 metres. Comes up with box 1. It's had 4 starts out of the red for 1 win and 1 minor placing. Tigalong Mate, the second of Michael Finn's, or the one of 3 that Michael Finn has got. It is around that $3.30 quote. Okay, hopefully. Let's head trackside here at Wentworth Park. First heat of the Derby has been run on 1, taken out by Go Bears. Here's Simon Orchard with Chad Taylor.
Chad Taylor, grandson of Ronnie Ulrich. Gee whiz, Go Bears through to a National Derby final, mate. How you feeling?
Pretty amazing. It's, pretty specialist, unexpected.
Tell us what your thoughts were with Go Bears. He comes out of the Warhope Cup final just in the last couple of weeks, down here to the big smoke, and he's taken out a heat of the National Derby. You got tears in your eyes, Chad. Tell us how you're feeling.
Yeah, amazing. Warhope's not his track. This is more his type of track, so yeah.
You're just 15 years of age, mate, so you're going to be doing this walk plenty more times. Are you going to get the lead for the big final next week?
Oh, I hope so. It'll be a big argument with my sister, but well, I'll try and get it.
And Chad, what's the first thing you do, mate? As soon as you get off the track, you give the dog a cuddle. Then what do? You hit the phone and start texting those mates?
Yeah, call me Pop.
Good on you, mate. Congratulations. Go Bears through to the Group 1 National Ladbrokes Derby final. Well done.
Thank you.
Thank you, Simon Orchard there with Chatty Taylor. As said, Chad's only about 16. He, along with his sister Holly, 2 of the young guns, the young brigade in greyhound racing in New South Wales, and it's great to see them here at Wentworth Park tonight. I saw Karen. She was actually the first trainer I saw. If I had of it here to Ian Craig's old methodology of back the first trainer that you see, would have been on Go Bears at around the $41 quote. Huge odds for Go Bears taking out the first of the Derby. Race number 3 at Wagga, we're 2 minutes off start time. Tigalong Honey holds the call. Only marginally, it's on paper, and as far as the bookies and punters are concerned, a 3-dog race here, 1, 3 or 5. Corborn Rocky off the inside for Ben Talbot. Tigalong Mate, one of 3 runners for the Finn kennel. Helen Finn actually prepares Tigalong Ruby from box number 7. Michael has got Tigalong Honey and Tigalong Mate. So for punters, they're finding it hard to separate these 3 runners. Corborn Rocky off the inside. He's had 8 starts here at Wagga over the 525-metre trip. He's been placed on 3 occasions, yet to crack it for a win. Tigalong Mate, 3 starts here at the 525 metres. 2 minor placings, finished 3rd here last week behind Klaus, beaten 3.5 lengths. If we go back 2 starts, it was a 23-22 winner over the 400 metres. And then we go out to number 5, which is Tigalong Honey. And it's won here, and it's got a PB on the clock of 30 and 52. Others in the market around that $8 quote for, let's see, number 6, Extreme Rip. It's been unplaced at its last 3. El Pico at around the $15 quote. Tigalong Ruby from box number 7. 3 starts back, a maiden winner at Temora, then finished 2nd at Temora before being unplaced there at its last start. So Johnny Wagga from box 4, the other one in the market. They are the selections from our form expert at thedogs.com.au. They've gone 5, 1, 3 and 4 to race number 3 on the card at Wagga. Johnny Wagga finished 2nd behind Corborn Rocky. That was over at 400 metres here at its last start. And that was its initial foray over the 525-metre trip. They start from the top of the home straight, pretty much identical to the venue here at Wentworth Park. They get to the winning post, and then they have 1 complete lap to go of the circuit. So bookies finding it difficult, and punters finding it even more difficult to separate these runners in the opening event, in race 3, I should say, at Wagga. Secondary serve moves into box number 2 with the scratching of Gambling Grace, and that is Westside Mini Me. And the tips here in race number 3 on the card. 5, 1, 3 and 4. Let's head trackside to the beautiful Riverina and the track at Wagga Wagga. Our caller tonight is Paul Francis.
And the favourite is out of box number 5, Tigalong Honey. And they're about to be placed in, going over the 525 metres, 260 about 5, Tigalong Honey. Corborn Rocky the inside, Tigalong Mate out of 3, Johnny Wagga, Tigalong Honey, Extreme Rip, Tigalong Ruby, El Peco and Westside Mini Me goes into 2. Favourite is out at 5. Tigalong Honey here over the 525 metres. Set, ready. Racing. Tigalong Honey was last out. One of the first to get going on the inside, Corborn Rocky. Now Tigalong Honey's getting right through along the inside and will go up and contest the lead shortly. But it's Corborn Rocky the leader. Tigalong Honey's into clear air from last. She's going up rapidly there, followed then by Johnny Wagga at the head of the others. Then Tigalong Ruby being followed 3 lengths further back too at the head of the others. Westside Mini B being followed further back. Tigalong Mate a long way back. El Pecco on the turn. Corborn Rocky the inside is hanging on to the lead. Diving at it, he hangs on. Corborn Rocky, he's won it from Tigalong Honey. They were being followed, flashing home from well back is Tigalong Ruby. They were being followed back behind those runners by Tigalong Mate and then Westside Mini Me. Johnny Wagga behind them, Extreme Rick El Pecco, and standby for numbers in 30 and 84. Corborn Rocky is fought back like a caged lion to beat Tigalong Honey. Over the 525 here, Tigalong Ruby has run into 3rd placing and will stand by for the 4th number. It's 157, and I think Tigalong Mate wasn't far behind those. He was. He's run 4th, so he had 3 of the first 4. Michael Finn, he's got 2nd, 3rd and 4th, but the winner is Corborn Rocky. It's 157 and 3, a half head the winning margin by 3 1/4 in 30 and 84. And Corborn Rocky fighting on.
157 and 3 to race 3 there at Wagga. If you're on Tigalong Honey, you're on good terms down the back straight. It loomed up, but Corborn Rocky has just worried it out, and Corborn Rocky wins its first start at the 525 metre at Wagga. After having 9 attempts, trained by the club president Ben Talbot at the time there, 30 and 84. 157 and 3, the numbers to race number 3 at Wagga, which brings us along to the second event here at Wentworth Park. Drew due at 9:32, so we're about 12 minutes off start time. We've got a shorty here in the shape of Starline Express for trainer Reggie Gardle, who I spoke to down in the kennel area earlier tonight, and Reg said there was a stack of trouble, traffic on the expressway. There was an accident, but Starline Express has got here. He's in perfect condition. Reg said he had not lost an ounce of weight when he put him over the scales, and he looks the likely leader from box number 5. He holds the call at around that $1.90, $1.85 quote with a corporate. Nangar Chief, second pick in the market at $4. Then we go out to Lend Me Dad from box number 7 for Ruth Maddock at $5. We'll take a break here from Wentworth Park. Race 2, the second heat of the Group 1 National Derby, next to go. Welcome back to our coverage here at Wentworth Park of Group 1 National Derby and Group 1 National Futurity Heat Night. The first has been run on one, taken out by the extreme or outsider in the field in the shape of Go Bears, running $29.85 at an SP of around the $41 quote. Here's the market for race number 2. We're 7 minutes off start time. The favourite is Starline Express for Reggie Gardle, one of the leading trainers on the Northern Rivers of New South Wales. Only had the one start here for one win, a time of $29.95. Holds the call in front of Nengar Chief off the inside at $4. Then we go out to Lend Me Dad for Ruth Maddock. And this greyhound made its debut here at Wentworth Park last week, running $29.96 when finishing third. But he'll derive a stack of benefit from that run. He's had 11 career starts for 7 wins and 3 minor placings. And then fourth pick in the market is number 2, Sir Banjo, who finally draws a box for a trainer, Jody Lord, and owner Andrew Verasty. Earlier tonight, Simon Orchard caught up with the trainer of Starline Express, the one and only Reg Gardle.
We're joined by Reg Gardle. He's got Starline Express going around the heat of the National Derby tonight. Another dog who comes out of that Queensland Derby series, a finalist in that Group 2 event. It's only lightly raced, Reg, I should say. Tell us a bit about him.
Oh, well, he's just a young up-and-coming dog. We don't know how good he is, but we thought we took him to Brisbane, so we thought we'd bring him down and give him a go at the Derby here too and see how he goes.
You just mentioned it's a big, long trip down. How did you travel? How did he travel, more importantly?
Oh, well, the dog weighed in perfectly, spot on, but I don't think I travelled as good as him. Like we were struggling to get there, yeah.
Box 5 tonight, Reg, arguably the deepest heat. I don't know if you've had a look. Biggest threat in the race?
Yeah, I think if he leads, I think he's not a problem. But I suppose Maddox's dog would be the hardest to beat, I'd say. Yeah.
What is it about races like this? Obviously, it's a Group 1, but it's a pretty fantastic thing to drive all the way down to be part of a race like this. Tell us what it could mean to you to progress to next week's final.
Oh, well, it'd be enormous. We sort of try to find a dog to go in these type of races, and this is a little dog we thought was some sort of chance. So we come down, stick our toe in the water, and see what happens. Yeah.
We wish you all the best, mate. Good luck tonight.
Thank you very much. Yeah.
Reggie Gardle, legend of a man, legend of a greyhound trainer, said he's dominated that Northern Rivers sector for many, many years. And he prepares Starline Express, a greyhound on speed maps, leads despite drawing box 5. Starline Express has got a stack of early tote. One at Albion Park, 2 starts back in $29.94. That was a heat of the Queensland Derby. He then finished at midfield in the final behind J is J. Nengar Chief, second pick in the market for Dennis Barnes. It's won its last 3 at Dubbo tomorrow and here at Wentworth Park. Went 30 and 23, winning last week, beating Enzo Herrera. Tracked the early pace. The inside box should do it. Plenty of favours. Had 2 starts out of the red for a win and a placing. The interesting runner is number 7, Lend Me Dad. Comes out of the Zoom Top maiden final at Goulburn. I'll tell you more about that race in just a moment. But Simon Orchard caught up with Danielle Maddock, who's handling Lend Me Dad for a mother, Ruth Maddock.
Joined by Danielle Maddock. She's got Lend Me Dad going around in a heat of the Ladbrokes National Derby. Danielle had a bit of time off at the back end of last year. He's had 2 runs back at Bulli and Wentworth Park. What have you made of them?
No, he's gone really well both times. Really happy with his run here last week. It was his first race start here. He just got a little bit tired at the end, but I think he'll be fitter for the run tonight. So.
Box 7 tonight. Does that hold any fears? I think he wants the inside. What about the rest of the field? Have you had a look?
I think the pace is from the 3 and the 5, so he's just got to try and cross them. Obviously, he's got a lead. He's not going to be able to come from behind, so we've just got to hope he can cross them by the first turn and take off like he does down the back.
We can see the name on your shirt there, Wow. Absolute champion. It's hard to get really good dogs. How good do you think this guy can be?
Oh, he's a little 3/4 baby brother, but they're big shoes to fill. He's not that good, but his second sections are really good, so we'll just see.
Wish you all the best tonight. Good luck.
Thank you.
Danielle Maddock speaking with Simon Orchard there for race number 2 here at Wentworth Park, and the Maddock family have got Lend Me Dad for owner Cheryl Barwick. And as I said, it came out of the Zoom Top maiden final at Goulburn. Now, I'll give you a list of dogs that were in that final. Zipping Orlando, Rockstar Apollo, Lend Me Dad, Punters Bandit, Can You Smoke Them? It has been one of the best form races of 2022 as far as young up-and-coming dogs are concerned. Zipping Orlando, which won the Zoom Top Maiden Final, and Can You Smoke Them? They meet in the next race here at Wentworth Park. Rockstar Apollo is the pre-post favourite for the Derby Series. It has box 1 in race number 4 on the card. I've actually tipped Lend Me Dad. I think he'll derive a stack of benefit from his first up run here last week, and as said, he's a greyhound who normally shows good early pace. The outside draw won't worry him. He's had one start from box 6, one start from box 7. He's won both of those. The pace will come from the middle of the field with Starline Express. Victor Albie on the outside for Tony Rasmussen, another of the South Australian visitors. It's also got plenty of toe as well. So the benefit for Rockstar, for Lend Me Dad, is that Rockstar Rampy on his inside. Look, it led up here last week running 5.61 to the first mark, so it's not a brilliant beginner, Rockstar Rampy. And Lend Me Dad, I just thought it might be able to camp on the shoulder of Starline Express into the first turn, and at the $6 quote, I'm happy to have something on him. Nangar Chief for Dennis and Ann Barnes will wear the red rug, the red Ladbrokes rug, in the second heat of the Group 1 Ladbrokes National Derby. It's had 12 career starts for 7 wins and 3 minor placings. 2 starts here at Wenny. It broke its duck last week, running 30 and 23, winning a 5th grade race, beating Enzo Herrera. Had box 5 on that occasion. Worked home really solidly. To the check, Sir Banjo. Greyhound with plenty of ability. PB here of 30 and 01. Cleary Benner. Another greyhound's got a little bit of early pace and could be a fly in the ointment for Starline Express. Cleary Benner, trained by Barry Gibbons, won at Bulli 2 starts back over the sprints in 22.36. There's the favourite, Starline Express, out to even money at around the $2 quote. Rockstar Rampy. Sean Evans having a run for the ages at the moment. Prepared treble here last Saturday night. There's Lend Me Dad, and 8 the pink is Victor Albie for Tony Rasmussen. And this greyhound's won its last 3 starts, only had the 9 career starts, 5 wins, 2 seconds. It's won at Murray Bridge twice and then won a grade 6 at Angle Park in 30 and 43. This is a fair step up in class for Victor Albie tonight. And as I said, the favourite from the squeeze draw is Starline Express for Reggie Gardle. Look, it's been solid. It's been solid since they opened betting. Bookies didn't give too much away. They opened him up around that $2 quote. He's into around the $1.90, $1.85. Lend Me Dad, greyhound, it's got out in the market, $3.80 out to $6. But as I said, if you can ignore the betting drift and go on its previous terrific form, it's a 26-22 winner at Bulli. Trialled at Goulburn in 1969. As I said, it's a greyhound with a stack of promise and a greyhound that will improve sharply off its first up third here last Saturday evening. Draws box 7, but the leader looks to be that one there in screen, number 5, Starline Express. As I said, won a heat of the Queensland Derby 2 starts back at Albion Park in 29.94. And I can tell you, as they're at the boxes, Reggie told me he trialled this greyhound, trialled at Grafton earlier in the week over the 350 metres, running a time of around 19.76. So that is an absolute hot run up there. I think the record's about 1967. So Starline Express took no harm from that unplaced effort in the Queensland Derby. His chances do rely on him leading here tonight. If he doesn't lead, I think he's in a stack of trouble. But he is a greyhound renowned for his brilliant early pace. So greyhounds beside the 520 metres boxes here at Wentworth Park. And Starline Express, firm with the bookies, firm with the corporates at around the $1.90 quote. Lend Me Dad easing out in the market to $6. Been excellent support here for number 1 Nangar Chief late. They bet $7 early. It's now into around the $4.20 mark. And the only other runner that's got any sort of support at all is Sir Banjo, who's been solid at around $8. This is heat 2 of the Ladbrokes National Derby. The favourite wears yellow, Starline Express. Our caller is Russell Veach.
Heat 2 of the Group 1 here. Thank you, Ben. So about to jump in race number 2, awaiting the lure. It's in motion now. Favoured in 5, Starline Express. They're set. And they're racing fast away, No One, and beginning nicely, Starline Express, but racing wide. Now he crosses over to lead clearly. He's 3-4 lengths in front. Second, No One, and third is Sir Banjo. Up there, Nengar Chief early. A long way back is Rockstar Rampy. There's a long gap away to Cleary Banner. And then came Nengar Chief and Lend Me Dad. Off the back, though, Starline Express led by a mile. He's a minute in front of No One as they turn. This is impressive. All aboard for the Derby. Starline Express won it by a minute. Second in Sir Banjo, Lend Me Dad. Third, Nengar Chief into fourth placing. And then came behind them was Rockstar Rampy, Victor Albie. They're coming in like Brown's cows. No One back towards the tail. The race time is 29.91. Starline Express, number 5, is absolutely...
Okay, sure. Yeah.
Is that all right?
Yeah, it's fine.
You happy on this side?
Yeah, I just don't want to point into that screen too much. Push it down the front. Yeah, that's fine. Yeah.
Second and third, 5:41, 13:71 and 17:81. The run home is 12 and 10. 29.91 is outside of the first heat winner, of course, of 29.85 for his romped home. 5.271 on race 2. To wait this interview to conclude here, and then we can give you the details. But number 5 is absolutely bolted in, Starline Express. He's one.
Reggie Gardle joins us, Starline Express. Gee, that was a spank job, Reggie. Happy with that?
Oh, very happy. Yeah, very happy, yeah.
Worth all the traffic delays. Talk us through the run, mate.
Oh, well, we thought he'd lead, and we thought he'd lead easy, which he did. He gets a bit tired, but that's the way the dog races. I suppose he can't do it at both ends.
He threw to a National Derby final. Does he need to lead to win next week, Reggie?
Oh, I think so. He couldn't win if he didn't lead. No.
Box draw's coming up a little bit later on. Where do you hope he draws?
Oh, well, off the 5, it doesn't matter. No, I'd rather him draw the 8 if we could.
If he shows that early pace, you're right, it doesn't matter. Hey, you came down late last year for a look. You obviously targeted this race. Can you talk us through the process with this dog and getting him ready for tonight?
Yeah, well, we brought him down to give him a trial, and he just, I think he'd run 30 and 14, and we thought, well, it's worthwhile bringing him back and then that little race came up for 10,000 in the night that the GBADA put on, and we tried in that and he won. So we thought, oh, well, he's gone all right both times, so we'll bring him down and give him a crack at the Derby.
Mate, we know you were pretty flustered beforehand when we talked to you pre-race. How do you feel now?
Oh, relaxed, more comfortable, the whole lot.
Good on you, mate. You're through to the Group 1 Ladbrokes National Derby final next week. We'll see you in 7 days.
Very good, thank you.
Straight behind the boxes, and Zipping Glamour is the favourite. 290 into 290. It's solid at that 290 mark. It is the favourite. 310 about Song But Izmir. 460 about 8 Tiggerlong Owl. Right. Just about to go here, Ben. The National Racing Service joins the program here at Wagga. Race 4, Zipping Glamour is the favourite. Good support for Songber Izmir and Tiggerlong Owl. Set, ready, racing, jumped pretty well. Zipping Glamour, it's straight onto it, goes to the front. Tiggerlong Owl got away but got checked badly and goes back through the field, going up to second. Cocktail followed then by Illegal Way. There followed then by Song But Izmir just behind them. 3 lengths further back, Chucking Pies. Tiggerlong Owl's getting going to the outside now with Dana Evil Eye. They're on the turn and getting right through along the inside with a big run. Illegal Way and diving through again is Zipping Glamour. She fought back courageously through the centre to win it. And a great finish there with Cocktail and also Illegal Way. The 3 of them going across the track, but she's put her nose out. Zipping Glamour, she's just got there on the line. Back behind those was Dana Evil Eye, Chucking Pie, Song But Izmir right up behind them. Further back, Kaiki there, and Tiggerlong Owl got in bad check in the early stages, has finished back behind those. Standby in 23.32 and a magnificent performance, putting her head out right on the line to win. Zipping Glamour by a head. It's 2, 1, 6 and 5 at Wagga after race 4. 2 Zipping Glamour wins it from 1 Cocktail, 6 Illegal Way, and 5 Songbird Izmir in 23.32. Yeah, they had a cold on the turn, but she fought back like a cage lion in the centre and put a head out to win it. Zipping Glamour, 2, 1, 6 and 5, 23.32. 2, 1, 6 and 5, the numbers ahead, the winning margin by a length in 23.32. And what a terrific performance by that dog, Zipping Glamour.
All right, race number 3 here at Wentworth Park, the third heat of the Group 1 National Derby, and the favourite is Zipping Orlando at $2.50. There's a greyhound in this that has been backed off the map, and that is False Confidence for Aaron Di Battista. They bet around $6 early, now into around that $3.10, $3.20 quote. The money has just kept coming for this greyhound. Made the Silver Chief final at the Meadows a couple of starts back. False Confidence actually went around in the $1 Million Chase Maiden Series here in September, which Can You Smoke Them won. Can You Smoke Them beat him in both the heat and the final of that race. Can You Smoke Them is third pick in the market at $4.80. Then we go out to Rockstar Gunner at $7.50. Look, this is a really tricky race as far as early pace is concerned. None of these greyhounds are really known for it. Look, I'm praying Can You Smoke Them can lead. I've never had a Group 1 National Derby runner. I would love to see Smokey get through. He's been taking on a lot of tough competitors in his last few races. If he can lead in the early stages, and as long as he doesn't have Zipping Orlando on his tail, I think he can win. But the pace will come from Rockstar Gunner. Hopefully Can You Smoke Them, and also a little touch of pace from False Confident. I'm not really sure he's going to be that close to them in the early stages. So, as I said, a stack of money for False Confidence. They bet $6 early, the corporates. He's into around that $3 quote. There is the favourite, and that is number 3, Zipping Orlando. which is the on-top selection from our form expert at thedogs.com.au. He's gone at 3, 5, 7 and 1. 3, 5, 7 and 1. Zipping Orlando, Can You Smoke Them, Palawa King and Rockstar Gunner. We are around 9 minutes away from the third heat of the Group 1 National Derby. Let's head back down to the preview area. Simon Orchard is speaking with Minnie Finn.
Got Minnie Finn and Zipping Orlando here ahead of Heat 3 of the Group 1 Ladbrokes National Derby. Min, unstoppable start to his career, 8 straight wins. Went off the boil a little bit for a few different reasons. What did you make of the back half of last year?
Yeah, no, early on he had was drawn on the inside and he's desperate for the fence, and later on he was kept drawing out wide and it didn't suit him.
We haven't seen him since December. What's he been up to and how is he tonight?
Yeah, no, he's hasn't had a lot of work, so a bit concerned about that, but if he can come out and posse up at the first turn, he might be able to qualify.
Biggest danger in the race tonight?
I haven't really looked at them. They must be all right to be in it.
Yeah, you're spot on, mate. Wish you all the best. Good luck to Zipping Orlando.
Thank you.
Minnie Finn there, handling Zipping Orlando, trained by her husband Johnny Finn. And Zipping Orlando's had 10 starts here at Wentworth Park for 7 victories, 1 second, a PB of 29.53, which is the fastest of any of these runners in the race. Next best is Can You Smoke Them at 29.67. There's Palawa King for Jack Smith from Forbes in the Central West region. And Palawa King has won 4 of his last 5. He won here over the 700 and then he went to Dubbo, winning over the 500. Then he won a couple here over the 520 metres. He's got a best on the clock here of 29.89. He is a dropout run home greyhound. He's got no early pace, Palawa King, and he will want to get to the fence, but he's got a very, very big finishing burst. So if Palawa King is close to them, the scratching here of number 2 Santa Fe Trail is a definite bonus for the favourite Zipping Orlando. That empty box to his inside. Orlando does want to get to the fence. Look, we probably don't expect him to lead, but with that vacant alley and that little bit of clear air, Zipping Orlando is certainly a greyhound that, so you just cannot discount this dog. He was in a real purple patch of form, and as I said, he won the Zoom Top Maiden final down at Goulburn in August last year. It's proven to be a sensational form race with the likes of Punters Bandit and also Zipping Orlando coming out of it. Punters Bandit goes around in the first heat of the Group 1 National Futurity tonight, race 6, and she comes off a victory in the Group 2 Gosford Gold Cup. So look at the market here, and Orlando is the favourite, but he's easing. He's out to $2.70, and as I said, the support for false confidence, it hasn't stopped from the moment corporates open betting on this event. $6 into around that $3.20 mark. Can You Smoke Them? He opened at $3.90, which I thought was unders. I was praying that they'd give us a little bit of a kick there, but he's out to around that $4.80 quote. I can tell you, I spoke to my trainer, Andy Lord, this afternoon. He was very confident. He said, Smokey has had a terrific week. The box is the big problem for him, but if he could actually find his best box manners tonight and run around that 5.52 to the first mark, he could lead this field. So that's where we're hoping for a little bit of luck with Can You Smoke Them, I should say. Rockstar Gunner off the inside for Sean Evans, and Rockstar Gunner, 10 starts, 3 wins. Won his last 3, won a maiden here at Wenny in 30 and 18. Then he went 26-21 at Bulli before winning here in 30 and 01 last Saturday evening. From box 2 has box number 1 tonight. It's his first start wearing the red rug. Jackie from box 4 for Andrew and Adam Crouch. This greyhound out of a sensational race bitch in Big Butters. It's had the 15 career starts for 4 wins, 9 starts here at Wenny, just the 1 win, but 5 minor placings, the best on the clock of 29.99. As said, false confidence, the one that all the money's come for. It's won 6 from 12, 2 starts back, or should say 4 starts back. It made the final of the Group 1 Silver Chief, a age-restricted race, which is basically the equivalent of the National Derby here in New South Wales. The Silver Chief is the same race in Victoria for the young male dogs. And False Confidence won a heat at the Meadows in 29.92. Then finished unplaced behind Emron Boy, who was one of the favourites to win the Paws of Thunder. The heat's on tomorrow night. Its last start at 1A, 4th and 5th grade of the Meadows, going 29 and 96. So there is Can You Smoke Them on screen there, wearing the yellow rug. Got a precautionary bandage on his near side hind leg. a little bit of track leg, and the trainers often put that little bandage with a little bit of rubber on the inside of it, stop them striking themselves. And Can You Smoke Them wears the yellow rug. All right, 8 the pink is Machismo for Vadim Roz from South Australia. Been campaigning over here for the last couple of weeks, but Machismo been unplaced at its only 2 starts here, not showing any early pace whatsoever. So we don't expect any early zip from Machismo. From the pink, Palawa King, no early pace. False Confidence, as said, it's a race that you really find hard to find a leader, possibly Rockstar Gunner off the inside by courtesy of the inside draw. But he's got a best time here of the first split of around 5:58, which isn't exactly flying. The best of the first splits here. Zipping Orlando's run 5:51. Jarkey's run 5:51. Can You Smoke Them actually around 5:48 when winning the $1 million chase maiden final. He had box 1 on that occasion. All right, let's go through them runner by runner. A look at the market, and Rockstar Gunner, it's got a case of the blows, 550 out to around that $9 quote. And Rockstar Gunner by Barcia Bale out of Rockstar Stratus, owned by Chris Nutt and Sean Evans, trained by Sean Evans. 10 starts, 3 wins, 4 minor placings, and it's won its last 3 on the bounce here at Wentworth Park. Number 1, Rockstar Gunner, having his first start from the rails draw. From box 2, he's had 3 starts for a win and a couple of minor placings. So that is number 1, Rockstar Gunner, around that $8.50, $9 quote with the corporates. Number 2, Santa Fe Trail is a scratching. 3 the white is Zipping Orlando. It is the favourite, holding the call. Now had support. 270 touched back into around that $2.50, $2.55 quote for Zipping Orlando. Jarkey for the Crouch family, one of the roughies at $18. Can You Smoke Them, solid in the market at $4.50. He's the money dog, False Confidence, into around $3.10, $3.20, the definite market mover. Palawa Quinn, the dropout run home dog, he's at $7, and you can get around about $101 for number 8, Machismo. Our tips from our form expert at thedogs.com.au. He's gone 3, 5, 7 and 1. He's put Zipping Orlando on top to score from Can You Smoke Them, Palawa King and Rockstar Gunner. My best, I've got to stick solid with my boy, Can You Smoke Them. As I said, Andy and Jody have told me he's had a terrific week during the week. He's on his toes. I spoke to Paul Mills earlier tonight when they kennelled, and he said he was a box of beans for number 5, Can You Smoke Them. Give him strength. Hopefully he can win, or at least run second and be one of the fastest seconds to get through. 240 now support. The late money now comes for number 3, Zipping Orlando. False Confidence holds its call around the 320 quote, and then out to Can You Smoke Them at $5. There is number 1, and that is Rockstar Gunner. 3 there is Zipping Orlando. And Jack King is handling number 7, and that is Palawa King. So the first heat was taken out by Go Bears at odds of $41. Punters got it back with Starline Express winning the second of the Derby heats for Reggie Gardle, running 29 and 99. Go Bears running 29 and 85. On paper, this looked to be one of the stronger heats of the Derby. Let's see, you've got a couple of greyhounds here that have run 29.5 and 29.6. They're about to be boxed. This is heat 3, race 3 here at Wenny of the Group 1 Ladbrokes National Derby.
Here's Machismo into line with Darsky and False Confidence. They're set to go. Heat 3 of the Group 1 National Derby. Lure in motion, set for the 3rd. Favoured in 3. They're ready. It flies. Zipping Orlando again very quickly. He'll go up to lead with Rockstar Gunner the rail, and Darsky 3 deeper. He goes to the front. Zipping Orlando a lap to go. He's out a couple of lengths clear. Rockstar Gunner into second, gets underneath of him, followed by Darsky. Well, Zipping Orlando ran off the track there, and it's clearly to Rockstar Gunner. They're followed by behind him False Confidence a long way back in the race. Palawa King and Machismo. Rockstar Gunner leads by 3 on the home bend. Darsky's trying harder than Palawa King. Just in front is on the inside Rockstar Gunner. He's holding on, diving late Palawa King, but Rockstar Gunner has beat Palawa King. They're followed by False Confidence and then Darsky, followed by Can You Smoke Them, Machismo, and Zipping Orlando got into a bit of bother early in the race. The race time is 30 and 21. Rock.
The time tells the tale of the race. Rockstar Gunner, courtesy of the inside for Sean Evans and Chris Nutt. He just holds on to beat Palawa King, I think. Yes, it is. 1-7, 6 and 4 the time. 30 and 21. 30 and 21, and that was a real mix-up race. We had Zipping Orlando up near the lead at the first turn. Kenya smoked them on his heels, and then they struck trouble, and they were both put out of play. And that inside draw for Rockstar Gunner has proven decisive, and he's just held off Palawa King, and there's trouble even after the line in that race. So a real mix-up affair to race number 3 here at Wentworth Park. Look, Zipping Orlando leads, and if he keeps going through there and leads easily, he wins, runs off the track. Kenya smoked them in the middle. Rockstar Gunner holds up on the inside, bang, trouble. Rockstar Gunner gets up along the fence, and there's Palawa King, a lot closer than we expected. And Rockstar Gunner holds on to win from Palawa King. 1-7, 6 and 4 to race number 3, the third heat of the Derby trackside. Here's Simon Orchard with Kayla Jane Coleman.
Yeah, we've got Kayla with us here. She just said to me, thought he was gone. Talk us through it, Kayla. What did you think of that run?
I seen him punching up underneath Orlando, and once Orlando led, I just thought it was all over. I know Minnie said he had no work, but if he was going to tire, we were there. But then he got underneath. But then the brigade comes, so I was like, I just didn't know if our fella could lift and find. And yeah, he's not a gunner, he's a doer.
He sure is. He's won 4 on the bounce now. You're through to a National Derby final. You love the dogs. Tell us what this means to you.
Oh, this is fantastic. Like breeding them, like the boys have done a good job breeding them and bringing them through to the races. And, you know, this is just the icing on the cake when you do all the work back beforehand. So, yeah, it's really, really good.
We're going to let you bounce in just a minute. You've got Rockstar Apollo coming up next. He's probably the kennel star. High hopes for him?
Yeah, well, he's the fastest in the litter and he's got the red as well. So he's just got to posse up on the first turn and, yeah, like hopefully he does the job.
Know the young fellas at home with the grandparents. Message for him?
He's probably watching cartoons.
All right, mate. Well done. Through to a National Derby final. Great stuff.
Thanks, Simon.
1-7, 6 and 4. 1-7, 6 and 4 to race 3, the third heat of the Derby. 30 and 21 the time, ahead by 3/4. 1-7, 6 and 4. The numbers 2. Race number 3 here at Wentworth Park. Okay, let's take a look at the update for the next event at Wagga. We're up to race number 5 on the card. And from box number 2, it's Aston Whiskey for Ben Talbot, who holds the call, coming off a last start win here over the 320 metres, steps up and stretches out to the 400 metres, has his first start over the 400 metres. And Aston Whiskey is favourite at around that $2.15 quote. Let's have a look at the speed map, and we're thinking that Aston Whiskey from box 2 will be able to head them up from Mexican Radio. Wilkenia Ray from box number 4 also got a bit of early pace, been placed at its last 5 starts, had 14 goes here over the 400 metres for 8 placings. Aston Whiskey, 18 starts for 4 wins and 6 minors. Here are the tips from the dogs.com.au. 2, 4, 5 and 8. 2, 4, 5 and 8. 2. Race number 5 on the card at Wagga. Aston Whiskey around $1.85. We start on the bend on the turn out of the home straight. 400 metres is the distance. The favourite. Where's the black and white stripe rug? And that is Aston Whiskey. Let's head to Paul Francis for his call of race 5 at Wagga.
Inside Aston Whiskey is your favourite out of the checks with Kiwurrabale, Wilkanya Ray. From 4, the blue Scorching Boy, Hilly's Howler Reefed and Vivi Unwanted comes out of the pink as they're just about to be locked away here. Getting set for a start. Favourite out at 2 is Aston Whiskey at Wagga. Ready, set, just about to go 400 metres. Racing. Aston Whiskey was about 3rd away. He's tried to get up on the inside. There's not a lot of room there. He's racing second at the moment. The leader, Kiwurrabale. Into second is Aston Whiskey. He's trying to get up on the inside of this dog. He's in a bit of trouble here. Coming home very hard. Around the outside, Scorching Boy, and also making a run, Wilkanya Ray. Around the turn they come, and still in front, Kiwurrabale. He's going to hold them all at bay and wins it from Scorching Boy second. There followed the favourite. Didn't do a lot. Aston Whiskey's run 3rd, and finishing hard was Reefed and Vivi behind them. They were being followed out wide by Wilkanya Ray behind those runners. They were followed further back, drifted off the track. Behind those runners was Unwanted, Mexican Radio, and stand by for numbers in 23.17 here in Kiwurrabale. has held them at bay to win it from Scorching Bull.
3, 5, 2 and 7. 3, 5, 2 and 7 to the first leg of the quaddie at Wagga. Quora Bail for Terry Roberts. Makes it win number 5 at start 61. The time 23:17. So 3, 5, 2 and 7 to race number 5 at Wagga. Quora Bail by Dinah Villa out of Seamus Allen. All right, 23:17 the time there. So we've had 3 heats of the Derby run and won. And let's take a look at the dividends for all 3 races here at Wentworth Park tonight. As said, the first heat of the Derby taken out by Go Bears for Ronnie Ulrich, $47.20 on the mid-tote, $6.60 the place. Beats Lawless, Nanga Rocket, Showman Jack, 3, 1, 5 and 6, 2. Race number 1, the first heat of the Derby. The second heat, race number 2, was taken out by 5 Starline Express, trained by Reggie Gardle, well supported, 210 and 110, beating Sir Banjo, Lend Me Dad and Nangar Chief. So 5, 2, 7 and 1, the time there 29 and 99. And then we've just had race 3 1 here, real mix-up affair, the time 30 and 21. And the winner was number 1, and that is Rockstar Gunner. Pays $9 and $3.40. Palawa King $3.70. No third for False Confidence. Jackie running 4. So 1, 7, 6 and 4 the numbers to race number 3, the third heat of the Derby here at Wentworth Park. We're going to take a short break here on our showcase coverage from Wentworth Park. We'll come back with a whole lot more right after this. Race 4 here at Wenny, the fourth heat of the Group 1 Ladbrokes National Derby. We're 9 minutes off start time. All the rage is number 1, Rockstar Apollo. He's been in sparkling form, as said. He's another greyhound that comes out of that Zoom Top maiden final at Goulburn in August last year. He's won his last 4 on the bounce, 3 here at Wentworth Park with a best of 29.84 coming last Saturday evening. interspersed with that was a win at Bulli over the 472 metres where he beat Cleary Benner, going a best of day 26 and 18. He is the dominant favourite to race number 4. Second pick in the market, Gozo King for Sparrow Sultana, and also Scofflaw for Jeff Britton. There's been some money for Scofflaw. He's a free-for-all chaser in Victoria. They bet around $7.50 in early markets. And Cartel Model from box number 2. There's our speed map. Gozo King will show pace. We expect Rockstar Apollo. If he doesn't lead off the inside, he should get a beautiful track behind Gozo King in the early stages. Beautiful, fine summer's night here in the heart of Sydney. The tips from thedogs.com.au. 1, 5, 7 and 3. Rockstar Apollo, one of the best bets on the night from our form analysts. And earlier tonight, Simon Orchard caught up with the trainer of Rockstar Apollo, and that is Sean Evans.
Joined by Shawnee Evans. He's got Rockstar Apollo going around in Heat 4 of the Ladbrokes National Derby tonight. Arguably the most informed dog in the series, Sean. He's been on fire the last 4, winning all 4. What have you put that down to, mate?
He's just a much more mature dog now, and he's learned how to race, and he's handling himself a lot better in fields at the moment.
Comes out of that red-hot form race, the Zoom Top Maiden down at Goulburn, educated down there. It didn't go off the boil because he's just a young dog. But what happened between then and now?
Yeah, we discovered that he had a testicle up in his groin, so we had that removed, and he's come back a lot better around the 2 turns and that as well, so going real good.
In your opinion, Sean, what's the most important part about educating young dogs and getting them into big features like this?
Patience. That's all I can say. Just be patient with them and get them fit. So
beautiful draw tonight from box 1. Happy with that as well?
Oh, I was doing backflips when I seen that.
Biggest danger in your heat, Sean?
I haven't really had a good look at it, to tell you the truth. I just worry about myself.
It's a good way to be, mate. Rockstar Apollo goes around in Heat 4 of the Ladbrokes National Derby. Best of luck.
Thank you.
Sean Evans is having a run to remember. As I said, he trained 3 winners here at Wentworth Park last Saturday night. And Rockstar Gunner has made his way into the Derby final. Rockstar Apollo, many experts, or so-called experts, touted that Rockstar Apollo was the best bet of the card tonight. Okay, Scofflaw is prepared by Jeff Britton in Victoria, but they do send their dogs up to Christine and Alan Proctor to be cared for whilst they're racing in New South Wales. Scofflaw will wear the black rug from box number 7. Simon Orchard is speaking with Alan Proctor.
Yeah, he's looking to treat as well, Duke. Scofflaw down here with Alan Proctor. Al, when did the dogs arrive up in your care, and what's the last couple of days look like, mate?
Last Saturday night they arrived. I trialled them on Tuesday night, and the track was a bit heavy, but they went fair. I'm just looking for improvement with the run around the track.
What's the message from someone like Jeff Britton, mate? It's pretty good dogs to get up and into your kennel for a little while. What does he say to you when he sends them up?
No, he just leaves everything to me. He told me to give him box to box, but we get on pretty good, and yeah, he just leaves up for me what we do with them.
A couple of dogs in the bitch running ladder as well. You got a tip for us out there?
I like Ava Blazer in the red. She trialled good, showed a bit of speed, and I think she could lead. With a bit of luck, we can win.
Good luck, mate, with all the runners. Pass you back up to Duke.
Thank you very much, Simon Orchard there with Alan Proctor, who is taking care of Scofflaw, and Jeff Britton and also Angela Langton's greyhounds. When they send them up from Victoria, they always go to Chrissy and Alan Proctor, and they do a very, very good job with them. So the favourite, all the rage, is Rockstar Apollo. From box number 1, he's had 12 career starts, 7 wins, 3 minor placings here at Wentworth Park, 6 starts for 3 wins and a couple of minors, and a best on the clock of 29 and 84, which came last Saturday night. He had box 2 on that occasion. Wasn't brilliant away, but then he hugged the fence and worked his way into the race and clocked at 29.84, only half a length outside the best time of the night. So greyhounds are in the preview area here at Wentworth Park, and we are around about 4 minutes off start time. Cartel Model's a really interesting greyhound, beautifully bred by Barcia Bale out of Champion Model. It's only had the 1 start, and he won a maiden at Goulburn in a time of 1967, which is absolutely flying. That was back on the 16th of December. He would have been here for a couple of post-to-posts. He's probably had a trial around here as well. I didn't ask Andy about Cartel Model, but he was a greyhound that came out running at Goulburn when scoring by nearly 8 lengths in a maiden. Hasn't been seen since. He's been solid in the market at around the $7.50 quote. He has a box number 2 owned by Clay Mullins, and of course that makes him a half brother to the wonderful chaser Coast Model, who we'll see go around in a heat of the Group 1 Paws of Thunder on Saturday evening. All right, $4.60 about Scoffler. I was saying it's a free-for-all chaser in Victoria. Draws box number 7. It's had 26 starts for 11 wins and 4 minors. Had 2 starts out of the black rug, or out of the black box, I should say. It's been placed on both occasions. It's got Gold Rush Lad on his outside and Lagoon Gun on the inside. Lagoon Gun does want to get to the fence. Gold Rush Lad, an average beginner. It's had 7 starts here for 2 wins and 2 minors. It's run 5.53 to the first mark here. So it's going to be somewhere up on the outside, Gold Rush Lad. But Scofflaw, as I said, grading-wise, he won a free-for-all at the Meadows on New Year's Eve, beating Who Told Shorty, running a time of 29 and 86. He sat second in the early stages. So expect big improvement to come from Scofflaw. We heard Al Proctor say that he trialled here on Tuesday and the dog went fair, but sometimes they can find lengths off a trial run, and Scofflaw for Jeff Britton will wear the black rug, and as I said, he's a free-for-all chaser in Victoria. So greyhounds are making their way towards the 520-metre boxes here. We'll go through them runner by runner, and Rockstar Apollo off the inside. They bet around $2.10 when markets first came out earlier in the week. He's been supported, and he's been supported strongly ever since then. He's now into $1.85, or around about that $1.90 quote for the corporates. So Kayla Jane Coleman handling Rockstar Apollo, as she did with Rockstar Gunner in the first of their runners in the Derby heats. Rockstar Apollo holds the call now at $1.85. Cartel Model for Jodie Lord, only the 1 start for 1 win at Goulburn, around $6.50 quote. Yarramundi Paul, one of the roughies, for Vadim Roz at $26. Then we go to Tarawai Rocky for Dave Smith, another of the roughies. Gozo King, this greyhound will show early toe from the squeeze draw. It's around the $6 mark. Lagoon Gun for Ray and Sharon Webster at $11. Scofflaw being handled by Alan Proctor tonight, and Scofflaw has been well supported in the markets into around the $4.40 quote. And then we have Gold Rush Lad for Mark Davidson, one of the roughies in the field, at $61. Let's take a look at the tips from thedogs.com.au, and they're with number 1 Rockstar Apollo. So 1, 5, 7 and 3, the numbers from thedogs.com.au. My best, I'm with Rockstar Apollo. I think he's perfectly drawn, but I do have a healthy regard for Scofflaw from box number 7, and don't discount Cartel Model from box number 2. As I said, it's only had the 1 start. Andy and Jody don't put young pups in Derby heats unless they've got obvious ability. So if you like something at a bit of odds, Cartel Model from box number 2 is currently around that $7 quote. So they're about to head towards the back of the boxes. For those who aren't aware, 8 greyhounds, numbers 1, 3, 5 and 7 are placed away first. 2, 4, 6 and 8 go through to the second line. All right, so last look at the market. Further support for number 1 Rockstar Apollo. It's into around that $1.75 quote. Money for Scofflaw from box number 7. All right. Greyhounds are about to be placed away. Let's head upstairs. Heat 4 of the Group 1 Ladbrokes National Derby. Here's Russell Veach.
Rockstar Apollo, as they move forward, is the short prize favourite at $1.80 with the red jacket. You're almost set. Heat 4 of the Derby. They're right to go now. Provocateur on the way. Almost set. Race number 4. Favoured in 1. Racing Rockstar Apollo began brilliantly towards the inside. Gozo King goes with it. Just behind him, Scoffle the Victoria making up good ground. And Taraway Rocky. Gold Rush Lad a long way back in the race as they head down the Wagga, followed by Carthill Model, Lagoon Gun and Taraway Rocky. Rockstar Apollo led by 4 down the back from Gozo King. Then Taraway Rocky into third placing. A long way back, Carthill Model into bother with Go Rush Lad as they turn. Rockstar Apollo's a mile clear. Sean Evans, you got through to the National Derby final. It's Rockstar Apollo shining brightly, won it by 5 lengths. Second goes King, Taraway Rocky into third placing, and fourth in the race, a photo finish there, Lagoon Gun, Yarramundi Paul. Then came Scofflaw, followed by Cardill Model, always in bother with Gold Rush Lad. And the race time, 29 and 58. Here's a sizzler.
By far the fastest of the heats, and he did that with excellent splits. 5:42, 13:79, 17:83 down the back, and he's come home in 11:75, an overall time of 29 and 58. 1, 5, 4 and 6. The margin's 3 3/4 by 3 1/4. So Gozo King will definitely make its way into the final as one of the fastest seconds. 4/7's at 28. So he's run around 29.86, Gozo King. He will definitely go through to the final next week. So 4 heats, a run and 1, and Rockstar Apollo sets the time standard. Just handled himself beautifully in the run, and that's a race-to-race double for trainer Sean Evans. Rockstar Gunner, and a race-to-race double as far as the litter is concerned as well, with Rockstar Apollo being by Barcia Bale out of Rockstar Stratus. So 1, 5, 4 and 6. The time, brilliant, 29 and 58. 5:42, 13:79, 17:83, home in 11:75. And let's head trackside. Here's Simon Orchard with Kayla Jane Coleman.
Kayla, a race-to-race double on National Derby night. How good is this?
How good's that? Sean's going to have to dust off his black and whites, isn't he?
Mate, if you had to bottle something up and send it to people and say, this is how you run a greyhound race, that was a pretty good watch, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was good. Like, I think Sean said through the week that, you know, if the dog jumps, it'll be scary to see what he runs. And, you know, I think the box draw had a lot to do with it as well. They just like to hunt for the fence, but he's a class act.
He's put almost a 3.5 length PB on the board here, 29.58. Did you think he was capable of that?
Oh, he's definitely capable of that. If you want to go back and look at his replays, he's always like held up through the first corner, punched and through, checked out of it. And I think when they get that little bit of a bump, it takes a lot to get momentum back being big dogs. But yeah, we definitely knew he could run it.
We know you, as much as anyone, has a lot of emotion when it comes to these animals. What are you going to do tonight when you get home with them?
They're already getting big kisses and cuddles, and they do anyway. So nothing changes. They still know they're loved, and just so super proud of them.
Still got a box draw to go, but he's probably going to start one of the favourites in the Group 1 Ladbrokes National Derby. How does that feel?
That feels really good.
Congratulations, mate. Well done.
Thank you.
Thank you, Simon Orchard. So all clear here on race number 4, 1, 5, 4 and 6. And Rockstar Apollo clearly sets the benchmark on the clock at 29 and 58. And Gozo King, as I said, he will be in the final of the Derby next week for trainer Sam Sultana. Next race of coverage here on our showcase presentation this Friday evening. Don't forget, we'll do it all again tomorrow night with heats of the Paws of Thunder and also the Group 2 Summer Distance Plate. We're up to race number 6 at Wagga, and we've got a shorty here, another one for Ben Talbot with Aston Pivot, currently at around the $1.70 quote. It's had 25 starts, 3 wins, 8 minors. Finished 6th here last week in a 320-metre race. Stretches out to the 400 tonight, but it's been well supported. Look at the market. Look, they bet around $2.10 early. It's into that $1.70, $1.75 quote. Second pick is Another Debacle, and Another Debacle has had 5 starts here at the 400, just the 1 minor placing. We're expecting Aston Pivot to lead from box number 2. And Ned's Reward, and also maybe a little bit of pace from Builder there as well. So all the rage is number 2, Aston Pivot. Firms even further in that $1.70, $1.60 quote. 2, 5, 7 and 9, the selections. To race number 6 at Wagga. It's over the 400 metres. Here's Paul Francis.
The box is here. Another Debacle from 5, the yellow. Builder out of 3. Aston Pivot from 2. Mr. Nixon gets a start here. Stagger Ellie from 7, the black. They're about to go here. Favourite Aston Pivot is out of box 2, the checks. Good support for another debacle from 5. Ready, set, racing Wagga, and he began quite well. Aston Pivot along the inside. Another debacle is flying early, and he's means business tonight. Another debacle shoots to the front, leads away from Stagger Out Ellie, who's going up to second, followed by Mr. Nixon. There, followed by Aston Pivot's not doing a thing. Back behind those, Dana Maggie, followed by Front Row, who's a mile back. But in the straight, there he goes. Another debacle. He's far too good for them. Wins it easily from Stagger Out Ellie, and they were followed home by Front Row. Back behind those runners was Dana Maggie at the head of the others, followed then by Ned's Reward. Pulling back there was Front Row and Builder, and he was very disappointing. Aston Pivot got a bit of a check down the back, but was finished back towards the end in 23.04, and another debacle has been far too good here and has won it easily.
Okay, 5, 7, 6 and 8, I think it is there. 5, 7, 6 and 8. Another debacle wins. The time 23.04 over the 400 metres. So another debacle gets the cash there at Wagga, and that makes it that Greyhound's 5th win from 48 starts, trained by Jeremy Osborne, by Fernando Bale out of Remus Amber. Its first win, I should say, over the 400 metres. It's had 6 goes there now for the 1 win. All right, 23.04 the time. Our next race for coverage will come from headquarters here at Wentworth Park, and it is the 5th and final heat of the Group 1 National Derby. Dividends for race number 4. Rockstar Apollo sets the benchmark on the clock, going 29 and 58, 160 and 110. 250 goes a King for Sam Sultana, and Tarawai Rocky pays $450. The first 4 upwards of $270. So he set it up with excellent early pace, running that 5:42 first split, hummed along down the back straight, and then he closed it out in 11:75 to go 29 and 58. So 2 runners into the final for trainer Sean Evans, and also owners Sean Evans and Chris Nuts. They operate the Oaks Education Facility south of Sydney, the former home of the Wheelers. Do a very good job breaking in dogs, and there is Rockstar Apollo just highballing out in front. When he led Gozo King, it was game, set and match, without a shadow of a doubt. He's improved his PB from 29.84 to 29 and 58. And Rockstar Apollo, I'll tell you what, anyone that's got a runner in the final after seeing Starline Express turn right out of the boxes, you just want to be drawn on the inside of Starline Express, trained by Reggie Gardle. It went 5:40 odd to the first mark, but it did want to just get right off the track. So the box draw crucial, as it is in any race, but even more so in a Group 1 race worth $75,000 to the winner. We're 11 minutes off start time for race number 5. The Warhope Cup winner, Wefferley Shield for Tony Forbes, has box number 1. It's at $8. The favourite, trained by Glenda Dart, is Boys Light Up. We're going to take a short break. I tell you before I go, Victor Damien for Lisa and Tony Rasmussen at draws box 5. The raps are that this dog trialled around the 29.5, 29.6 mark here, and there's been plenty of support for number 5, Victor Damien. I'm going to tell you a whole lot more about this race after we come back from a short break here from Wentworth Park on Group 1 National Derby and National Futurity Heat Night.
Welcome back to Wentworth Park for the heat of the Group 1 Ladbrokes National Derby. The final heat about to take place. We found Tony Forbes down here with Wefley Shield. Tony, you've made the trip down after winning the War Hope Cup, mate. How's the dog? Is he in good order?
Yeah, he's fine, mate. Yeah, jumping out of his skin. Can't wait to get out there.
You didn't just win the War Hope Cup, you absolutely smashed Cataclysmic by about 5 3/4 lengths, mate. Were you really impressed with that run?
Yeah, it was good, mate. If he gets to the front, this dog, he's big and strong, hard to run down. And second look at the track, he hadn't been there, so I was very happy with the win, yeah.
He's seen Wenny Park a couple of times before as well, mate. Tell us how he's gone in previous runs here.
Yeah, not real good. He hasn't got round the first turn without getting interfered with, so cross fingers tonight. With the box one, he can use it and get away from him early, and that might be all right, yeah.
A really good form reference in the first heat as well with Go Bears getting up. He ran in behind your boy a couple of weeks ago, mate. Best of luck tonight.
Thank you, mate. Thank you. And congratulations to Go Bears Connections.
We're joined by John Dart. Boys Light Up's going around in Heat 5 of the Group 1 Ladbrokes National Derby. Already a two-time group finalist. I tell you what, John, that run in the Lismore Cup 3 wide the trip was a hell of a run for a young dog. What have you made of his career so far?
Yeah, no, he's a good young pup. He seems to go good on all tracks, so we're hoping he goes good tonight.
Talk about the heat tonight. Do you have a look at the form, the other dogs in the race, or do you just focus on your own guy?
No, I've had a look at him. The dog from Adelaide seems to go good. I'd say it's probably the hardest to beat.
It's not every day you roll out of bed and you're running in a Group 1 heat, mate, especially a race like this, steeped in tradition and history. What would it mean to you to progress to next week's final?
Oh, it'd be great, you know, for a young dog like this. I think he's got a big future, so this is the start of it.
Your best finish in a Derby, Volta Street, almost 10 years ago now. What do you remember about that?
Oh, it was a great night. He won the heat, and it was great to be in a group final with a young dog. So, yeah, it was good.
We wish you all the best tonight. Good luck.
Thank you, Tay.
We're joined by Rebecca Byrne. She's handling for Lisa Rasmussen tonight. She's got Victor Damien. A lot of money coming in for him. What can we expect tonight, Rebecca?
Really just hoping for a safe trip, really. I mean, anything more than that would just be an absolute bonus. He's a great young dog and we've got all the hopes in the world for him. And, yeah.
Tell us about some of his form down in Victoria, because he's got a pretty good record, doesn't he?
Yeah, for sure. I think he's definitely still young and still learning. I think the trip over there was definitely a good lead up to sort of getting into the travelling idea of it all, and I think that was definitely a great start to learn and to sort of mature, I guess you could say.
The trial pervs have been out and about talking about his run earlier in the week. Is it true he went as quick as they're saying?
I'm pretty sure, yeah.
Best of luck tonight. Wish you all the best.
Thank you very much.
Okay, we took Victor Damien there, prepared by Lisa Rasmussen. Its form in South Australia is outstanding, coming off 2 victories in free-for-all races there, both in the best time of the meeting, 30:08 and 30:03. And as said, the trial track touts are telling us that he ran around that 29:55 mark here in a trial at Wentworth Park. The negative is box number 5, but he's also a greyhound that's shown plenty of early pace. He had those 3 runs at the Meadows, and again, look, you can discount them because some greyhounds just don't handle the different boxes, and there are different boxes, and when we talk about that, the grill sizes that the greyhounds look out of, they vary in size from New South Wales to Victoria to South Australia. So forget his runs in Victoria, go on his form in Adelaide and particularly at Angle Park. Victor Damien's had 9 career starts, 6 wins and 1 minor placing. There's our speed map. There will be pace, particularly from Boys Light Up. Got the features, also got some early toe. Then Victor Damien and Transponder. Transponder is another of the Victorian chasers that trialled here last week, going 30 and 28. So the market has Boys Light Up for Johnny and Glenda Dart as the favourite. It finished second behind Impress Dressel in a top grade sprint at Grafton at its last run, which was on the 8th of January, last Sunday, and there are the tips from thedogs.com.au. They're with the South Australian Chaser. They've gone 5, 8, 4 and 2. Victor Damien on top. Max Rocker, an interesting greyhound trained by Jody Lord, got into all sorts of trouble here in the early stages last Saturday evening before finishing second behind Okeechobee Road. Ran 30 and 64 on the clock, but I can tell you that Max Rocker has trialled here around the 29.7, 29.8 mark. So greyhounds on their way. This is the last chance saloon greyhounds to qualify for the time-honoured Group 1 National Derby. Next Saturday evening here at Wentworth Park, $75,000 going to the winner of that event. And the winners so far, Rockstar Apollo, Rockstar Gunner, Starline Express and Go Bears. Gozo King definitely into the field as one of the fastest seconds, finished second behind Rockstar Apollo. All right, so they're about to go over the dais here in front of the winning posts for race number 5, the 5th and final heat of the Derby. And Wefley Shield coming off a win in the Warhope Cup last Saturday for Tony Forbes. And Wefley Shield around that $8 quote. Number 2, Boys Light Up. It's been solid around the $293. Got in as far as $2.70. Got the feature winner of the Future Stars maiden final at Maitland last year. And got the features around $14. $8.50 for Max Rocker. Victor Damien, well supported, $3.25. Transponder for Amanda Tullio at $11. We've got number 7, Multi-Mat for Jeff Britton, another of the Victorians. And then What a Tease for Jeff Curtail at $7.50. And What a Tease, a greyhound definitely not out of this race, got a big booming finish. The problem is, where is he going to be in the run to the first turn, particularly from box number 8. I'm with Boys Light Up. This greyhound shows good early toe. I think he's handily drawn in box number 2. 3 stars from the inside 2 boxes. He's been placed on every occasion. And I should say he's won 2 from 2 from box number 1. He's won 1 from box number 2. He's won 11 from 21 overall, Boys Light Up. And he currently holds the call for the 5th and final Group 1 National Derby heats, but the support has come for Victor Damien off reports of a very, very fast trial here at around the 29.5, 29.6 mark. So Boys Light Up from the inside is the favourite at the moment, and greyhounds are about to go behind the boxes here for race number 5, the first leg of the quaddie. And of course race 6 is the first of 4 National Futurity heats. First and second from the Futurity will go through into the final next week. Okay, greyhounds moving behind the boxes now for race number 5. The favourite wears the black and white stripe rug, and that is Boys Light Up for John and Glenda Dart as we head upstairs to Russellvich.
And they're about to move up for the final heat of the Derby. Confirmed runners through: Rockstar Apollo, Rockstar Gunner, Sean Evans with 2 through, Starlight Express and Nangar Rocket. Greyhounds are about to get set. Final heat of the Derby, race number 5. Favourite drawn in 2 at $3.10 on the tab tray. Boys Light Up for Glenda Dart. And they're almost set here. Last heat of the Derby. Red light turns to green. Lure in motion. Good luck to all. Race number 5. They're set. Ready. And they're racing, and Fast Away got the feature, goes to the lead. Outside of Victor Damien, it's launching into the race, and he's a length and a half clear. Trouble early, Wefley Shield, he's out the back. Down the back is Victor Damien, out by 6 lengths to Multi-Mat in second. Got the feature as third, then came Max Rocker. A long way back is What a Tease, followed by Boys Light Up a minute away. But Victor Damien put 7 lengths on Multi-Mat and got the feature as they come to the turn. Victor Damien's roaring away, and the South Aussie, a brilliant win. Got home to beat second in the race. Multi-Mat, What a Tease is third. Then came behind him Wefley Shield. Boys Light Up made up some ground later. Then came Transponder and Multi-Mat. The race time 29.44.
And Victor Damien sets the time standard. He's run right up to that supposed trial here at Wentworth Park, going 29.44. Have a look at those splits: 5.44, 13.76, 17.80. Comes home in 11.64, 29.44. The margin 7 3/4 lengths. 5, 7, 8 and 4. The numbers to the 5th and final heat. So Multi-Mat finishes second. What a tease in third, and 4th spot goes to Max Rocker. 5, 7, 8 and 4. 8.7's a 56. So the second dog, Multi-Mat, has run around 30 even. I think that's going to be enough to get him into the final as well. And then that last spot, the fastest of the remaining thirds. We'll wait for the stewards to decide that off the multi-lengths as far as the times are concerned. But that was absolutely brilliant. Cut and run at the first turn, Victor Damien from box number 5, having his first official start here at Wentworth Park. Takes his record to 10 starts for 7 wins and 1 minor. And it's a gap job. An absolute gap job. 7 3/4 by 9 1/4. Let's head trackside. Here's Simon Orchard.
We've got Rebecca Burns with us as well, obviously handling the dog for Lisa and Tony Rasmussen. Gee whiz, 29.44. We thought Rockstar Apollo was impressive. That was superb. Rebecca, what do you think?
Oh, absolutely sensational. You know, he's breathtaking pretty well for me to watch and just go around. You know, we've known him since he was a pup, and it's just so good. Even all the owners and everybody involved, it's just so good just to see him do what he can do.
He's not just winning, he's blowing him out of the water as well. His last 3 starts, around 27 combined lengths between him and the second dog. How low can he go?
Oh, it'd be great to go a little bit lower, wouldn't it? It'd be great. I think, you know, there's so much ability there, and I think it's still coming.
You've got 2 bitches going around in the National Futurity in the next race and another one later on. Thoughts on them?
I think Victor Marley, she's a pretty handy little girl, same as Queen of Scotch. Both of them, I think, if they can get in the right spot at the right time, I think they might be able to nab a placing here or there too.
It doesn't matter if he goes that quick next week, but is there an ideal box for him?
Probably inside, I think, would be absolutely sensational. I think he's still learning where he wants to go, and I think we're still also finding out. You know, I think he might be a great, hopefully from all boxes would be great, but inside I think would be the ideal spot for him.
To the Rasmusses, well done. To you, well done. And to Victor Damien, well done. Through to a Group 1 Ladbrokes National Derby final.
Yeah, it's crazy. I can't believe it.
Thank you, Simon Orchard. And look, on that run, both he and Rockstar Apollo will be jostling for favouritism, depending on the box draw. And that box draw, we're expecting it to be done after about race 7 tonight, and we will bring it to you live here on our special coverage of thedogs.com.au. We're up to race 7 at Wagga, and the favourite here, odds on, is number 6, and that is Keepsake. And Keepsake is a greyhound who's had 7 starts here over the 400 metres, 1 win and 4 minor placings, and that win came last week when it ran a best of night 23.19 from box number 1. Moves to box 6 tonight, but it does hold the call as far as favouritism is concerned. Second pick in the market, number 2, Westside Yogi, around the $4.80 quote, and then it's $8.50 the remainder of the field, headed up by Corborn Oscar and also Nangar Teddy. Being boxed away, 6-4, 7-1 the tips from from thedogs.com.au. Our caller for race 7 at Wagga is Paul Francis.
Favourite is out of 6. There's good support for 2, Westside Yogi. Black Eagle is out of 1. And they're just about to go. There's the green light now at Wagga. Favourite out of 6 is Keepsake. Going over the 400 metres, Black Eagle the inside, ready, set, racing. Away fairly well. Keepsake's about midfield settling. It's in a bit of trouble there, getting into a bit of very, very tight as Black Eagle leads away. Now Keepsake's got out very wide on the track as they jam up, and it's shooting right around to go to the front. Keepsake shot 2 in front now of Razalam, being followed then by Hawk's Chance further back was Nangar Teddy at the head of the others, and then Double Mint. But Keepsake drifting right out to the outside, wins it well. Getting up for second, I'd say Razalam there with also Hawk's Chance. Back behind those Westside Yogi, followed then by Double Mint, and further back in the race was at the head of the others Black Eagle, and in between them there is Corborn Oscar in 23.64, and 6 Keepsake for John McClellan. Gee, it used a fair bit of the track, but it's been able to get up and win. 8 Razalands run second, and 3 Hawk's Chance third, and number 7 Nangar Teddy has finished in 4th placing. It's 6, 8, 3 and 4. He saw a bit of the outside rail there, keepsake, but she won easily.
6.837, those numbers there. Number 7 runs fourth in race 7 at Wagga. The time 23.69, and again a mix-up race. If you back the favourite, good luck to you, because it swept around them when trouble occurred. So 6, 8, 3 and 7, 2, race number 7 at Wagga. The time 23.69. So we've had the 5 heats of the Derby. They have been run and won. And we're going to take you right through each and every one of those heats. And we kicked off with race 1 tonight, the first heat of the Derby. It was an upset. It was a blowout for punters. Go Bears for Ronnie Ulrich on the mid-north coast of New South Wales. Look, it just led and it just kept finding something. And Go Bears runs 29.85 to win heat number 1. The second heat, look at Starline Express in the yellow, just turns right out of the boxes, blistering early pace, got very tight in the run home, runs 29.99. Real mix-up affair, race number 3, unfortunately, but Rockstar Gunner took full advantage of the rails to hold off Palawa King in the time of 30.2. Then we headed along to race number 4, and Rockstar Apollo was brilliant. Running 29.58, I should say, for Sean Evans. Race-to-race double there. And then have a look at this. Victor Damien for Lisa and Tony Rasmussen. 5.44 early, 13.76 down the back, 11.75 home. And Victor Damien races his way into the Group 1 Ladbrokes National Derby final here next Saturday night. So we know there's plenty of early toe from Starline Express, but we saw Starline Express literally put the blinker on straight out of the box and turn right. So this box draw for the Group 1 National Derby final is critical. You'd want to draw inside Starline Express if you've got a greyhound with any sort of early pace, because Starline Express, a noted fast beginner, is probably going to make the race for the greyhounds drawn underneath it. Could make the race for itself if it gets out and gets clear air, but you do want to be drawn on the inside of Starlight Express if you've got a runner in this Derby final. As said, the box draw will be done after race 7, and we'll bring you all the details of that as soon as it comes to hand. But we're up to the first heat of the Group 1 National Futurity. This is for the female chasers, female dogs that is, and coming off a win in the Group 2 Gosford Gold Cup and a dominant win. Punters Bandit is the pre-post series favourite and a warm favourite to win race number 6. Windrow class, second pick in the market. I think that's really skinny odds. Look, great little chaser for Sue Barton and Brian Barton, trained by Daniel Gatt, but she's boxed on the wrong side of the track. She wants to do a Starline Express and head to the right. On the inside of Punters Bandit, Wilson's pick for Martin Bowe. It's got a stack of early toe. Can run around that 490 mark for the first split at the Gardens and has run 29.5 there. And look, I expect Wilson's pick to show a stack of early pace, may lead this field. Shanghai Susie off the inside for Greg Remfrey. Numb, and then we've got the likes of Queen of Scotch and also Stunning Chick for David Smith. But as said, if you have a look at the run of Punters Bandit in the Group 2 Gosford Gold Cup, she was absolutely outstanding, and she too comes out of the Zoom Top maiden final at Goulburn. So Wilson's pick and Windrow class should be the ones showing early pace in the first heat of the National Futurity. Let's find out more from the Lord Kennel. Simon Orchard caught up with one of the handlers, Paul Mills, a little bit earlier tonight.
It wouldn't be a feature race without a Jody or Andy Lord trained dog, and handler Paul Mills is here. We're going to talk about Punters Bandit tonight. You stack her resume up, Millsy, against a lot of these dogs, and it looks like she's almost immoral. Is it as simple as that?
No, never as simple as that. No morals. You don't want to jinx them, but just got to stay out of trouble and have a good run through them, you know what I mean? She races well here. She likes it here.
Andy and Jody were saying during the week that they have been amazed with how well she's done in the first 6 months of her chasing career. You've been in the truck with her, you've been on the track with her. What's impressed you most?
Just the ability to be able to get through them, you know, to come from behind and get through them, because she's always showed she's had a stack of potential, you know, and now to do it in quality company, it's, yeah, that's it.
She came out of that Gosford Gold Cup win, Group 2 on her resume now. She was 4th in the Group 1 Dapto Megastar. What would it mean to win a race like this?
Yeah, good. Plenty more for the owners, I suppose, but no, good, especially for her breeding, and help Good Odds Arata along, which is throwing good, nice types and good chasers.
Music to Frankie Hurst's ears. Good luck, I should say, tonight, mate.
No, thank you.
Simon Orchard getting a little bit ahead of himself there, S. Orchard, but he probably is spot on because on paper she's got a clear class edge on these greyhounds in this event, and comes off that win in the Group 2 Gosford Gold Cup. She's a Pearl was the favourite for that race. Punters Bandit, she had to do it tough up on the outside of Mia. She's fast in the run, but she showed enormous ticker in the closing stages. She had box 3 in that. Her record here at Wentworth Park is outstanding. 12 starts for 6 wins, the best on the clock of a flying 29 and 49. She just needs to escape trouble in the early stages, I think. As said, as far as the class is concerned, she's definitely the #1 pick in the race as far as that is concerned. 6, 3, 5 and 1. 6, 3, 5 and 1. The tips from thedogs.com.au. The greyhound I think will lead this event is number 5, Wilson's Pick, prepared by Martin Bowe, and Simon Orchard is speaking to him in the preview area right now.
Yeah, we found Martin down here with Wilson's Pick. Mate, Duke's saying that he's going to lead. Do you think that's how it's going to play out?
Fingers crossed, fingers crossed. If we can get in front of the 6 and lead down the back, she'll burn them off down the back and then got to hold on.
Fingers crossed indeed. Hey, she ran in the $1 Million Chase final behind one of Duke's. Can you smoke him? Yeah. She's been here a couple of times, the best of around 30 and 2. Do you think she can go underneath that?
I think she can. I think she'll get down about 30 and 10. Breaking 30 would be excellent, but 30 and 10 is realistic.
And interestingly, her mum, Len's Pick, she was involved in the Futurity final a few years ago now.
The final, she was in the heats.
In the heats. Tell us a bit about her.
She went all right. She behaved, I think she only finished 4th or 5th, but it was my first go at Wenny Park, and we put her in, and she went all right. She held her own.
I know there's some good greyhounds in the race, but when you see Punters Bandit come up in your heat, what's your first thought?
Oh, shit.
Sugar, we should say. We'll leave it there. Good luck, mate.
Yeah, thanks very much.
Martin Bowe, whose brother Brian Bowe taught me maths at Asquith Boys High, and it's about the only claim to fame that I have with the Bowe family. And there's Martin's feelings when he was told that Punters Bandit had drawn beside him in the first heat of the National Futurity. As said, look, she's no star as far as the 520 is concerned, and I would expect her to probably break 30 tonight. Martin probably isn't giving her enough raps as far as her ability is concerned that way, and just playing it down a little bit. But have a look at her runs at the Gardens. She ran 4.94 to the first mark, going 29.82, finishing second behind Kinloch Babe. Again, she's a greyhound that's got plenty of early toe, and if she breaks this field up, she's going to get every chance. She finished 3rd behind Can You Smoke Them in the $1 Million Chase maiden final here in September. All right, Windra All Class, as I said, owned by Sue and Brian Barton, trained by Daniel Gatt, and this little girl has had 15 starts. Every one of her career starts have been here at Wentworth Park, where she's won 8 times and finished runner-up on 2 occasions. She's found free-for-all company a little bit of a stretch in the last couple of runs, but she's a greyhound who also has plenty of early pace. Let's hear from Dan as he speaks with Simon.
Yeah, she's a little ripper, isn't she, Dan? Best of 29.67 around here. Does she want to be in box 3, though?
No, she wants to be out wide. Got a jump tonight, and I think she's going as good as ever. But, yeah, she just needs a bit of clear room and see how she gets out wide. Yeah.
We know owned by Sue and Brian Barton. They'll be sitting at home watching. They love this little girl. You got a message for them?
Yeah, just hope she puts a smile on Sue and Brian's face, and they just love her. She doesn't have to win to put a smile on their face, yeah.
Tell us the best things about her, mate.
Just she wants to win. That's the best thing. And her nature, normally, she's just a real good dog there.
Good luck tonight.
Thanks, mate. Thank you.
Daniel Gatt there with Simon Orchard, as the lure is sent on its way for the preview here at Wentworth Park for race number 6, the first heat of the Group 1 Ladbrokes National Futurity. 1st and 2nd will go through to the final next week, and we're just waiting to get the 8 starters and the 2 reserves for the National Derby. As I said, the box draw will be conducted after race 7 tonight, and we'll have all that information for you as soon as it comes to hand. But the clear favourite and the clear class edge is Punters Bandit from box number 6, and her record when drawn off the track. 2 starts from box 6 for 1 placing. She has won from boxes 7 and 8. Her best form is probably when drawn close to the fence. But as I said, class sometimes overcomes awkward draws, and Punters Bandit comes off that Group 2 Gosford Gold Cup win. So 6, 3, 5 and 1 are the numbers from our experts at thedogs.com.au. And don't forget, you can watch each and every New South Wales Greyhound race live and free. Head to the website, thedogs.com.au, including our showcase coverage tonight and also tomorrow night, and then on Saturday week, where we have 3 Group 1 events to be conducted: the Derby, the Futurity and the Paws of Thunder, supported by the Group 2 Summer Distance Plate. So around that $1.70 quote now for Punters Bandit. Windra All Class, definitely the second best performed greyhound in this event. We just heard Dan Gatt say that she is boxed on the wrong side of the track, but the only pace around her will basically come from Wilson's Pick. So do not discount Windra All Class, and I'd love to see her race away into the final of the Futurity for her owners, Sue and Brian Barton. Lovely people. And if you're watching, Sue, all the best. I hope everything's travelling well for you, and hopefully Windra All Class can do well for you tonight. So they're about to go over the dais. Shanghai Susie will wear the red rug of Ladbrokes in this first heat of the Ladbrokes National Futurity. She's only had the 3 starts. She won a maiden first up at Dapto going 30 and 08, and then she finished 4th there before finishing 2nd on the 29th of December. And she's currently at around the $8.50 quote. Akai Prince for George Borg comes off her last start win up the straight at Richmond in 1770 as a maiden. It's a $26 chance. Windra All Class for Dan Gatt, been unplaced its last 2 in much tougher company. And if you take out Punters Bandit in this is a grade 5 event. So Windra All Class, the second best graded runner in the field. For the blue is Num 5, the yellow Wilson's Pick. Around the $11, $12 mark. She will show early pace. Punters Bandit being handled by Paul Mills. Then we go to 7, Queen of Scotch for Tony Rasmussen. 3 starts back at 1 at Murray Bridge. And 8, the pink is Stunning Chick for David Smith and owner Michael Jones by Fernando Bailetter. She's My Chickie, a wonderful producer. 9 career starts, just the 1 win, 4 minor placings. It is the despised outsider in the field at around the $34 quote. My bests, no gold stars here. I'm with Punters Bandit. But if you're looking to play the exotics, I'd definitely put the 2 other speed greyhounds in the race here in Windra All Class and Wilson's Pick, and maybe rover them behind Punters Bandit if you're playing tries and first fours. But $1.70 the call for Punters Bandit, out to around the $1.75 quote now. Second pick Windra All Class gets out in the market to around that $3.70 quote. Then it's basically $10 and better the field, headed up by Shanghai Susie. So we've got 8 to do battle here. So a win and 3 place dividends as they get to the 520-metre starting boxes. The first of the Group 1 National Futurity heats. They go straight behind the boxes. And Punters Bandit continues to hold a call. She opened around the $1.70 quote when markets first came out. She literally has not budged off this. The first heat of the Ladbrokes Group 1 National Futurity about to be run on 1. Let's head upstairs. Our caller is Russell Veach.
Runners are about to be placed away. They're doing so now. Queen of Scotch, the South Aussie, is in. Just about ready to go here. The boys are done. It's time for the girls to strut their stuff. And the Futurity Series of 2023 is about to get underway as the lure rolls. They're set to go, ready, favoured in 6, racing. Punters Bandit again safely. Fast Shanghai Susie Windra All Class away well. They'll go 1 too early. Off the track, Queen of Scots trying to come across. Punters Bandit just went into Bother's back second last now. In front of them came Queen of Scots, followed by Num and Wilson's Pick. Windra All Class led by 3 down the back, make it 4. To Akai Princess, make it 5 the leader. Followed by Queen of Scotch and Num. Windra All Class is ducking right away. She's really burning in front. She's racing right away. Outstanding win. Windsor All Class beat second in Queen of Scotch, and third was Acai Princess in front of Numb into fourth placing. And then came behind them was Wilson's pick. Punters Bennett never in the hat. Queen of Scotch and Stunning Chick in the race time, 29.88.
Very happy Sue Barton watching from home, along with her husband Brian. Windsor All Classes raced away into the Group 1 National Futurity final here next Saturday night. That early pace, she wanted to shift up the track. Punters Band had just caught in a terrible spot at the first turn, and she nearly hit the deck. But Windsor All Class has gone on to score by 8 lengths, 3, 7, 2 and 4. 7 runs second, Queen of Scotch. So Tony Rasmussen and Lisa Rasmussen have got a runner in the Derby final and also in the National Futurity final. So well worth the trip here to Wentworth Park to trial their team that they have in the past couple of weeks. But all honours with Windsor All Class, who stepped well. Wilson's pick actually missed the start from box 5, and that probably did Punters Band no favours in that run to the first turn, where she was able to get up in probably third or fourth spot, and then she just struck bad bother. But all honours to Windsor All Class, 29.88, a first split of 5.47, 13.93, home in 11.83. Simon Orchard is with Daniel Gatt trackside.
I can't remember. Dan Gatt, 29.88, Windsor All Class. Gee whiz, we love great stories. This is one of the better ones tonight. Tell us how you're feeling.
Oh, I'm over the moon, just unbelievably excited for Sue and Brian, and this will give a great kick along to them. And mate, I've never got so much joy out of training a greyhound for someone.
So for those that don't know, Sue Barton unfortunately diagnosed with terminal brain cancer last year. I was on the Goulburn track the day that it went around the track down there. You can see the emotion in your eyes at the moment, Dan. What does this dog and what do the Barton family mean to you?
It's just hard to say in words, mate. Sue and Brian are just great people, and I don't even like talking about it, to be fair, but just, yeah, really, really excited, and just hope this gives them a kick along. And it's any sort of joy that can bring anyone like that, it's in the situation that Sue's in, you're happy for them. Yeah.
It's the great game, isn't it? We're all choking up down here trackside. Look, box 3 tonight, not ideal, but she made the most of it. Is it fair to say she wants 7 or 8 in the final?
She does, yep. Love a bit of luck and get to 7 or 8, and yeah, be great, yep.
So to Sue and Brian, congratulations. To you, congratulations. To Windsor All Class, you through to a Group 1 Ladbrokes National Futurity final. Well done, mate.
Thank you.
Thanks, mate.
Daniel Gatt there with Simon Orchard. We could see it in Dan's eyes what it means to get Windsor All Class through to the final of the Futurity. And as Simon was mentioning, Sue Barton unfortunately diagnosed with that terrible disease, terrible disease. A lovely lady, and her husband Brian is a great supporter of her and been involved in greyhounds a long while, Brian, and I'm sure that there would be tears of joy in their home at the moment, just getting into the final. So well done, Sue, well done, Brian, and well done, Daniel Gatt and Windsor All Class. We're 7 seconds off start time to race 8 at Wagga tonight, and the favourite, nice and short, Westside Candy off the inside around $1.50. Second pick in the market, Tigalong Amy at $5.50. The tips from thedogs.com.au, they've gone 1, 4, 2 and 6, but Westside Candy holds all the call and holds all the punters' picks. Give it strength for all those who have taken the short odds about Westside Candy in the last leg of the quaddie at Wagga. Let's head trackside. It's over the 525 metres. Here's Paul Francis.
Out of 3 with Tigalong Amy, Betty Birdcage, Westside Hitman, Tigalong Water, Cashton Bale. Westside Candy's out of 1, the favourite. They're about to go set. And away they go. She bounded away pretty well on the inside, Westside Candy. She's got a company, though, from Betty Birdcage, who's racing her for the lead, going out of the straight, though. And they bumped there. And Westside Candy held up from the inside, leads from Betty Birdcage, racing second. Third is Tigalong Water. There followed 2 lengths further back to Westside Hitman. And then came Tigalong Amy, commencing to make a bit of ground further back. Midfield, Cashton Bale. There followed by Banaloma, and well back is Tell Me Anything. On the turn, though, Westside Candy in front. She's going to do it again. Band wins it easily, scores by a length and a half to Westside Hitman, who flew to get second, and also up there Tiggerlong Water. They were being followed back behind those runners, just in behind them. Tiggerlong Amy's right there behind them as they went over the line, being followed by Cashton Bale, who made up good ground. Further back was Betty Burkage, who showed plenty of pace. She's right in there, and Banaloma was just behind them.
One and a photo between 7 and 6. 4 will be fourth, but one is clear-cut Westside Candy for Greg McKinnon. And those who took the short odds, look, a couple of little half flutters down the back straight, but no worries in the run home. 1, 7, 6 and 4. The time 30 and 57. 30 and 57 too. The last leg of the quaddie at Wagga tonight. All right, so Windra All Class. I've just got a note from Brian Barton, who tells me that Sue and him will be here next week at Wentworth Park. Great news, as said, Sue battling that terrible illness, but Windra All Class races her way into the National Futurity final on with Queen of Scotch. 420 and 120 about the winner, 270 for second, 390 for third, $34 the Quinella, 47 the Exacta, 380 the trifecta in the first four, in excess of $2,200 with Punters Bandit missing a spot. Let's take a look at Sniper Cam here. And we're looking at number 6, Punters Bandit. Began well, but here is the awkward spot. Dragged down, checked on the inside of it, checked on the outside. And as said, she was lucky to stay on all 4 legs. And whilst this was happening, Windra All Class setting up a big, big lead, holding on to win. And Windra All Class, along with Queen of Scotch, are the first 2 through to the Ladbrokes National Futurity final to be staged here next Saturday night. Windra All Class for trainer Daniel Gatt. So we're along to race number 7, which is the second of the qualifiers for the Ladbrokes National Futurity. And let's take a look at the early market for race number 7 here at Wentworth Park. The favourite, this is a really tricky race, punters. Look, you could probably have 3 or 4 stabs here and still miss. Ava Blazer for Jeff Britton, favourite at around $2.50. Victor Marley for the Rasmussen Kennel at $3.90. Sister Sticker at $3.40. Sister Sticker won a race over the 400 metres at Maitland on Monday, and it's $3.40 in a heat of the Group 1 National Futurity tonight. Ava Blazer, it's won 6 races from 32 starts. Its last win came at the Meadows 5 runs back when it went 30 and 11. It did lead, and from box number 1, it's had 3 starts for 1 win. So the inside 3 greyhounds, Victor Marley, it's a 9-time winner from 19 starts. Finished second at Angle Park at its last run, going an average time of 30 and 77 on the clock. And Sister Sticker, 3rd pick in the market. And the only other one there, Shanghai Girl from box number 5 for Greg Remfrey, coming off a last start maiden win at Dapto in 30 and 27. Take a short break here on our showcase coverage from Wentworth Park. We'll be back in just a moment. Simon Orchard is hovering somewhere around the kennels. We'll be talking to a couple of the trainers before we get to race 7, which is 10 minutes away. Ava Blazer, the favourite for the second heat of the Group 1 National Futurity, around that 250, 260 quote. The inside three greyhounds hold the call. Then we go out to Trevor's Gift, a Victorian chaser, at $8. Number 8, Misled, trained by Andrew Crouch for Aidan O'Donnell. Last start third at Richmond over the 520 metres. Was beaten length and 3/4 on that occasion, did show up and lead. Draws the pink box tonight. It's had 3 starts out of the pink for 1 win and 1 minor placing, being handled by Andrew Crouch's son, Adam Crouch. He's with Simon Orchard.
Thanks, Duke. Adam joins us here with Misled. Mate, talk us through her form. Only had the 9 career starts, 2 wins and 3 placings. What have you made of her first couple of months on the track?
Yeah, she goes okay. She's got good early speed, but that's about it. I think she's just making up the numbers here tonight.
Box 8 tonight, mate. Does that suit at all?
No, I think she'd be better off drawing inside. I think she needs to try and get an early lead and hopefully hold on, but yeah, it's going to be tough from out there.
Stranger things have happened. Her mum could run Big Butters. Mate, what does it mean to be involved in a race like this, a Group 1 here at Wentworth Park?
Yeah, no, it's always exciting coming back here, so yeah, hopefully she can do her mum proud and find the front and hold on.
Where are the folks tonight?
What was that, sorry?
Where are the folks tonight?
Not too sure.
Okay, good luck, mate. Best of luck.
Thank you.
We have got Simon Orchard there with Andrew Crouch. Adam Crouch is handling tonight, and Misled starts from box 8. It's around the $11 quote, but as Adam was saying, early speed is probably its greatest asset. It's only had the 2 wins at Richmond over the short course, where it's gone 18:37 and 18:32. So we are around about 6 minutes off start time, and looking at the fluctuations for this, the early markets, the money definitely with number 2, Victor Marley, around the $6 quote into $4.20. Sister Sticker's gone the other way, $2.90 out to $3.70. Ava Blazer for the Britain Kennel. It's been really solid in the market, $2.60, $2.50, $2.60, $2.50. And every other runner has basically eased in the market from their opening quote. Shingo Girl from box 5, $8 out to $11. Trevor's Gift, $8 out to $8.50, and Misled, $7.50 out to $11. So that is the tale of the bookies board at the moment. And the one holding all the call with the punters is number 1, Ava Blazer, trained by Jeff Britton. But as we mentioned earlier, he sends his dogs up here to Christine and Alan Proctor. And Alan is now speaking with Simon Orchard.
Alan, we saw the boys go around a little bit earlier. It's Ava's turn now. This is the one you like the most tonight?
Yeah, she's got some speed and box manners. The 2 boys at box 7, makes it hard. But I think she can lead, and I just hope she can get home.
She's got experience on her side as well, doesn't she? 32 starts, that's a lot for a dog in a race like this.
That's why Jeff sends them up. They've got a bit of experience and things like that, so it gives them a bit of an advantage. Being well schooled.
Biggest danger in the race?
I haven't had a look. I don't get time to look.
Best of luck, mate.
Thank you very much.
Ava Blazer being handled by Alan Proctor tonight for Jeff Britton. And again, when you look at the stats as far as this race is concerned, she's had 32 starts, and a greyhound like Shanghai Girl from box 5, it's only had the 3 starts, so she's got plenty of experience. A 6-time winner in Victoria. Look, nothing startling on the clock. She's gone 29.55 at Sandown Park. Her last win was at the Meadows in 30 and 11, but experience in these races and the rails draw can often mean a couple of lengths to a chaser like Ava Blazer, who has had 3 starts out of box 1 for 1 win. Victor Marley has had support, another South Australian chaser prepared by Tony Rasmussen and owned in the same interest as Victor Damien, the fastest winner of the National Derby heats. Victor Marley, its last win came 3 starts back at Murray Bridge, running 25.56, showing a stack of early toe on that occasion. Its last win, again, getting to a 2-turn track, struggling to find one, but did run second at Angle Park at its last start on the 22nd of November. It was a grade 6 affair, and again, it looks to have plenty of early zip and good box manners in its armoury. So Victor Marley Sister Sticker and Ava Blazer, the 3 greyhounds drawn boxes 1, 2 and 3. They hold the call as far as the punters are concerned. And Ava Blazer is a warm favourite at $2.50. Probably firming a little touch now into that 2.45 mark. Thedogs.com.au, our form expert, he's gone at 3, 1, 8 and 5. He's gone with Sister Sticker, but during our Behind the Boxes podcast for this meeting, Ray McGavin, one of our form experts at Greyhound Racing New South Wales, and I were discussing that this is probably the most open of the 4 National Futurity heats. But it's hard to see anything coming from outside of the greyhounds drawn in boxes 1, 2 and 3 when you look at the form that is on the board and on display. So they're about to go over the dais, and Ava Blazer, handled by Al Proctor, and into around the $2.40 mark. Look, the bookies went up around $2.60 in the first market, so it's had support. Victor Marley, probably the best back runner in this race, into around the $4.20 mark. Sister Sticker gets out from an opening quote of $2.90 to $3.60. Mount Tate, $101 with some of the corps. Shanghai Girl for Greg Remfrey, around that $11 quote. Ease from $8. Hooked on Rum for Pete Akers, $51 into $34. Trevor's Gift for Emily Azzopardi and Matt Lenigan. This greyhound trialled here at Wentworth Park on the 4th of January. So what's that, 9 days ago, running a time of 30 and 67. And number 8, Misled. And we heard from Adam Crouch earlier, early pace is its biggest asset. So not a lot of value here for punters if they're playing either 1, 2 or 3, because they dominate the market at $2.20, $4.40 and $3.90. So first and second of this heat will go through to the final next Saturday evening. And as I've been saying, $75,000 to the winner. The first heat taken out by Windra All Class, beating Queen of Scotch and Ackeye Prince and Num. So 3, 7 and 2 and 4, 29.88. We'll have the box draw for the Group 1 National Derby after this event. And it is all important. As I said, we've got a greyhound, the calibre of Starline Express, who comes out running, but we saw here tonight just turns right out of the boxes. So there'll be a lot of breaths held if Starline Express is one of the first greyhounds drawn and comes up with a box, because realistically you don't want to be drawn on the outside of it, and you'd love to be drawn on the inside. First things first, race 7 here at Wentworth Park, second heat of the Group 1 National Futurity. The favourite wears red, and that is Ava Blazer. For his call, here's Russell Veach.
So greyhounds are about to line up here. So Brilliant, Windra All Class for Dan Gatton, the previous running, 29.88 in the first heat. They're getting organised for heat 2 of the Futurity. Greyhounds are moving forward. Favourite and well tried, the red, the Victorian Ava Blazer. Just about set and ready to go. And they are now. Here's the provocateur for heat 2 of the Futurity. They're ready. And racing, Ava Blazer began okay. Victor Marley and Sister Sticker, they're 1, 2, 3. Followed by Misled, then Cal Mount Tate back in the lineup. Followed by Hooked on Rum, Shanghai Girl and Trevor's Gift. Down the back, it's Victor Marley up by 4. Make it 5 to Ava Blazer. Then Sister Sticker, followed by Misled, followed by Hooked on Rum. And no real bother going further back as they come to the home corner. And it's Victor Marley, the South Aussie's out by 6 from Ava Blazer, who can't get to the leader. Victor Marley's racing clear, and Victor Marley wins the second heat of the Futurity. Won it by 4 lengths. Second in the race, it went to Ava Blazer, and third in, just scraping in perhaps, Hooked on the Rum. Shanghai Girl rocketed home, followed by Sister Sticker. Back in the lineup, then came behind them was Misled, and also Mount Tate. The race time is 30 and 11.
The Crow Eaters are having a night out here. I can't remember the last time Tony and Lisa Rasmussen sent a team here to Wentworth Park. It'd be 3 or 4 years ago at least. But they've qualified Victor Damien in the Group 1 Derby. Queen of Scots ran second in the first heat of the Futurity. And now Victor Marley wins the second heat with a first split of 5.46, 30 and 11 the overall time. She's got a little bit tight in the run home, going 12.09, but The Rasmussens are having a terrific night here at Wentworth Park, and Victor Marley gives them their second runner into the Group 1 National Futurity final next Saturday evening. And those greyhounds drawn boxes 1, 2 and 3. Well, they set up a big gap in the early stages. Victor Marley was able to get to the front. Ava Blazer wanted to head up the track a little bit, but it's qualified. It's been beaten 3 1/4 lengths. 6 runs third and 5 runs fourth. So 2, 1, 6 and 5. Hooked on Rum finishes third. Shanghai Girl finishes fourth. And there's Victor Marley winning in a time of 13:11 as we head trackside. Here's Simon Orchard.
We're joined by Rebecca Burns again. We've got to stop meeting like this. This has been a good night, hasn't it? Talk us through the run, 30 and 11. Pretty Traven-like performance.
Oh, very happy with that. You know, she was drawn where she wanted to be, and I think she appreciated it very much. And yeah, just so happy. Yeah.
As Duke said, 2 through to the Ladbrokes Group 1 National Futurity final now, as well as Victor Damien, the brother of Victor Marley. Impressive litter. Tell us a little bit more about them and how they've come up over the last 6 months.
Oh, for sure. The whole litter has just been absolutely great at home, you know. All the owners and all, you know, the whole Shadow family, they've just been so great to all of us as well. And handling the dogs every day and just getting to deal with them and everything like that, it's just great to see them being able to come out here and show everyone what they can really do.
Long way from South Australia, so it's great to get a couple of winners to take home. What will the Rasmussens be doing tonight?
Oh, partying, for sure, for sure. Very happy, you know. Couldn't ask for anything better.
Where do they want to be boxed in the final, both her and Queen of Scotch?
Queen of Scotch likes the outside. I think she'll appreciate that. And Marley likes the inside. So hopefully we can go either or. It'd be great.
Best of luck. Hopefully we'll be seeing you again in 8 days' time. You've got runners in both Group 1s, the National Derby and the National Futurity. Well done.
Thank you very much, Ta.
Well done, Simon. Well done, Rebecca. Well done to the Rasmussens. As I said, they've got 2 through to the final of the National Futurity, 1 into the Derby final. And at the time of 13:11 there for Victor Marley. We're up to race number 9 at Wagga tonight, an open field here, open market, I should say. $3.10, $3.50, $3 Tickle on Gill. Loretta Bale at $3.50 and Rising Artist at $3.60. And also Aston Tarrant has had support at the $5 quote. Speed map looks this way. Tickle on Gill. For Michael Finn, expected to lead from box number 6. 8 are scratching here, but the speed maps that we have Tiggle on Gill leading easily. And this event over the 320 metres, Tiggle on Gill has won her last 3 starts here in times of 18:38, 18:31 and 18:46. 6 starts here, 4 wins, 1 minor. 6, 1, 2 and 7. The tips from the dogs.com.au for race 9 at Wagga. It's over the 320 metres. Paul Francis will call them home.
Just about to go in, Rising Artist the inside with Aston Tarrant, Swiss Chicken, Got a Jimmy. Aston Solar, Tickle on Gill's out of 6 the green, and Loretta Bale is out of 7. 7 the black.
Do you want to sit in?
So in goes Aston Tarrant into 2. Rising Artist in 1. And Tickle on Gill's out of 6 with Loretta Bale 7. Green lights on over the 320 for the Bayou Air. Set for a start. Ready. Racing. Rising Artist began very, very quickly on the inside with Swiss Chick, who's gone away very fast. Up on the inside, Aston Tarrant, and they're followed then by Aston Solar, has gone up very quickly back behind those runners. Tickle on Gill's in all trouble tonight, followed by Got a Jimmy and shoved out Swiss Chick on the turn. But Rising Artist is too good for them, wins it from Aston Tarrant. They're followed getting through. Tickle on Gill ran third. Behind those runners next over the line was Aston Solar, but he pulled up very quickly there with Got a Jimmy going past it, just past the line. And further back now, Loretta Bale was just between them there. And stand by in 18:36, and the numbers of 1, 2, 6. Tickle on Gill has got through to run third.
1, 2, 6 and 5. 1, 2, 6 and 5 to race 9 at Wagga. The time 18 and 36. 1, 2, 6 and 5. Let's head downstairs to the grandstand here at Wentworth Park. Ronnie Arnold is our MC for the box draw for the Group 1 Ladbrokes National Derby.
Gozo King, Lawless, Multi-Mat, Rockstar Apollo, Rockstar Gunner, Starline Express, Victor Damien. The 2 reserves are Palawa King and Sir Banjo. We have our stewards here from Gwick to perform the box draw on our summer carnival with our lays in order with the numbers underneath, and best of luck everyone. Okay, first up is Multi-Mat. Christine Proctor representing the team. Christine, just lift off any of the lays over the clip at the top, and then underneath the flower, lift off any one. And underneath the flower is there. That one. That's it. That's it. You got it? Got it. And underneath in the clip there. That's box 7. Our next entrant will be... Next up is Starline Express. Lift the lay and underneath is the number. Show our stewards. And that is box 6.
Before you go.
Next up is Victor Damien, the South Australian. If any of them are here, if you'd like to come and draw, thanks, Ressa. Any one of the lays, just lift it over the clip and your numbers will be underneath where the flower are. Box 5. I'll take that back. Next up is Rockstar Gunner. The first of 2 for our leading trainer for the last few weeks. He's got 2 to pick from and he's got box 4. Go Bears. Connections of Go Bears, one of our interstaters. Oh, no, here he comes, Reggie. Any one of those, mate. Lift it over the hook. That one? Yep. And there's your flower underneath. Box 8. Rockstar Apollo. This is the ladies' turn. Box 3. We have 2 to go, and the red is still sitting there. It's either Gozo King or Lawless. Next up is Gozo King. Connections are Gozo. You have 2 selections. And that is box 1. And our last one up is Lawless. If the connections are happy, I will lift that and show you through. Lawless has box 2. So, ladies and gentlemen, that is the draw for the Ladbrokes National Derby final. Box 1 is Gozo King, 2 is Lawless, 3 Rockstar Apollo, 4 is Rockstar Gunner, 5 Victor Damien, 6 Starline Express, 7 Multimat and 8 Go Bears. The reserves Palawa King, Sir Banjo. We wish everyone all the very best of luck in a wonderful race. Saturday week, the 21st here at Wentworth Park. Thank you to everyone. We'll be back for the National Futurity after race 9.
Thank you, Ronnie Arnold. Very, very interesting box draw. Even coming up with box 5, I expect Victor Damien to start favourite now, with Starline Express drawn to his immediate outside. Rockstar Apollo will be second pick in the market. Gozo King, probably third pick, along with Starline Express as well. So very interesting there. But look, Victor Damien, he had box 5 in his heat tonight. He handled that well. The bonus for him on Saturday week is that Starline Express drawn to his immediate outside, a good beginner who wants to get to the extreme outside as soon as it gets out of the traps. Not a lot of pace underneath, and in Rockstar Gunner, Rockstar Apollo want to head to the fence as well, but Victor Damien, I expect, will start favourite in the Group 1 National Derby final here at Wentworth Park on Saturday week. $75,000 goes to the winner. Again, it's box draws, they either make dogs or they can really hurt dogs, and we saw that tonight with a couple of the picks that were favoured by punters and by bookies as well, but the boxers brought them undone. And despite coming up with box 5 in the Group 1 National Derby final, Victor Damien, who set the time standard, running blistering time tonight, I think he will start favourite in that event. After race 9 tonight, we'll have the box draw for the Group 1 National Futurity, and I'm pretty sure we'll probably take the lays as well, and they can put them around their neck and find which boxes. A unique way to do a box draw here at Wentworth Park. Race 8 at Wenty is the third heat of the Group 1 National Futurity. The market sees Baby JC for leading Victorian trainer Bobby Douglas, who won a Golden Easter egg here with Carlisle Jack, and it holds the call at $1.95. Zipping Sabrina at $4.75. Mia She's Fast, who ran second behind Punters Bandit in the Group 2 Gosford Gold Cup. It's second pick in the market at $3.10. Let's take a look at the speed map, and Mia She's Fast will show plenty of early toe from box number 7, along with Baby JC. So I expect 7 and 5 to lead this field. Sipping Sabrina probably sits just behind them, and Neptune Benner holding the fence. Quantifiable short courser trained by Chris O'Brien. It's got plenty of early pace in that, but its record here at Wentworth Park for Quantifiable, who's currently at around that $11 mark in betting, and making its debut here tonight after having 13 career starts. The tips from thedogs.com.au, 7, 5, 4 and 1. Mia She's Fast on top from Baby JC, Sipping Sabrina and Neptune Benner. As I said, Bob Douglas trained Carlisle Jack to win a Golden Easter egg here. He's brought up Baby JC. Simon Orchard caught up with him earlier tonight.
We're joined by Bobby Douglas. Got Baby JC up from Victoria for the heats of the National Futurity Group 1 race. Bobby, firstly, how'd she jump out of the back of the trailer?
She travelled good, yeah. Yeah, we terrorised a few people getting there, going up one-way streets and everything, but we made it. No, she's good. She's arrived good.
Good on you, mate. Hey, she brings some really good form lines to this race. Second in the Laurels, the age-restricted race down in Victoria. She's got a win over El Dorado on her resume, Melbourne Cup finalist. What can people expect to see tonight?
Well, it just depends whether she flips the lid. If she gets it right, she'll carve out good sectionals and hopefully win. But if she gets it wrong, well, she's going to have to work. But she can work, but it's just a matter of whether she gets into trouble, that's all. Yeah.
They haven't missed her in the market either, Bobby. $2.50, I think she opened. She's under $2 now. She had a run here just before Chrissy, 29.9. What did you make of that?
I didn't think she handled the track. We were very happy with the run. Yeah, she didn't get beat much. I think she ran 29.9 getting beat. And a couple of the local trainers said to me that it was a real good run, considering the way she handled it. So I'm looking for a big improvement if she gets a look at
Why should punters part with their hard-earned on her tonight?
Oh, well, it's just a matter of whether she gets it right. If she gets it right, she's probably entitled to be $1.85, but if she doesn't, well, she's not, you know. So.
Best of luck, mate.
Thank you very much. No worries.
Bob Douglas has a baby JC. She'll wear the yellow rug, and we heard Bob say that she came up here for a free-for-all. That was her start 2 runs back on the 21st of December. Finished third behind Coast Model on that occasion. Only beaten 3/4 of a length. She then went back to Victoria and ran 29.32. Best of night figures winning at Sandown Park. She is a quality chaser. She's got good early zip, and trained by a very, very good mentor in the shape of Bob Douglas. She's by Bernardo out of Leprechaun Storm, which is Paul Bartolo's breed and well known to greyhound breeding buffs throughout Australia. Second pick in the market is number 7, and that is Mia She's Fast, trained by Frank Hurst. And Mia She's Fast finished second behind Punters Bandit in both the heat and the final of the Group 2 Gosford Gold Cup. She's really come of age probably in the last 6 weeks or so. 13 career starts, 5 wins and 7 seconds here at Wentworth Park. 7 starts for 2 wins and 4 runner-up spots. Mia She's Fast has got a best here of 30.07. Just going back to Baby JC, she ran 29.90 when finishing third here in a free-for-all event. So Baby JC holds the call with favourite punters at around that even money $2 quote, $3.40 about Mia She's Fast, and then Zipping Sabrina at $4.80. The only other runner under the double figure mark. Neptune Better next best for Barry Gibbons at around $10. But again, when you look at Baby JC and you look at the class and quality, every other runner in this race is a grade 5 greyhound here in New South Wales. Baby JC is a free-for-all, which means it's at least 4 grades stronger. So Baby JC, a well-deserved favourite here for race number 8, the third heat of the Group 1 National Futurity. So we're about to come over the dais. We'll go runner by runner here, give you a brief rundown of what they've done recently, and we kick off with number 1, Neptune Better, owned and trained by Barry Gibbons. 24 starts, 5 career wins, had 3 goes here at Wenny for 1 win, a best time on the clock of 30.20, finished 5th behind Rockstar Apollo last Saturday night, beaten 13 1/4 lengths, and it's had 2 starts out of the red box and duck eggs on both of those occasions. Number 2 is Only One, trained by Harry Sarkis for Heath Borg. And again, this greyhound, 16 starts, just the 3 wins. Here at Wentworth Park, its stats read out at 3 stars for 1 minor placing and a best on the clock of 30.77. For number 2, Only One, who is approaching triple figure odds with the bookies. We've got a vacant box in at box 3 with a scratching of Esme Watson. For the blue is Zipping Sabrina for Johnny Finn. Third here at its last start behind Starline Express. That was back on the 17th of December. 5, the yellow Baby JC. There's Mount Gowan, number 6. Mia She's Fast for Frank Hurst. Another greyhound that we expect to show the early pace, and along with Quantifiable. So, look, 5, 6, 7 and 8 are the greyhounds that we do think will be in that charge to the run to the first turn. And Baby JC still around that even money quote, $2. As I said, if you're looking as far as class and quality is concerned, she's a free-for-all chaser. She's had 1 start here in a free-for-all event, was beaten 3/4 of a length by Coast Model. If Coast Model was in this race, Coast Model would be at least $2, if not shorter. Coast Model goes around the heat of the Paws of Thunder on Saturday evening. So as far as the fluctuations are concerned, just trying to see if anything's been really back to beat her. I mean, the money has come for Baby JC. They opened around the 230, 240 quote. She's firmed into $2, but every other runner has certainly got out in the market. A touch of money for Zipping Sabrina. $5 into $4.80 or thereabouts. Mia She's Fast. She's held her early call at around that $3.20, $3.30 mark. But Baby JC, a well-performed Victorian chaser, 22 career starts, as Simon said, was in the placings of the the Laurels down at Sandown Park behind Kelsey Bale, I think it was. And class-wise, she is a well-deserved favourite, and there's plenty of support for her late now as they're about to be boxed. So we are scratching over a race over number 3 here. 7 runners to do battle. Look for all the early speed to come from 5, 6, 7 and 8. She's now into around $1.90 as we head upstairs. Our caller is Russell Veach. This is the 3rd heat of the Group 1 Ladbrokes National Futurity.
Runners moving forward now for the running of race number 8. Heat 3 of the Futurity, favourite drawn in 5. They're set now. Provocateur up to the boxes for Heat 3 of the National Futurity. They're ready. It flies fast away, Baby JC, but only one will lead early, and now Mount Gower's coming across. They make a line of 3. It's the favourite, Baby JC, taking over, though. A couple of lengths clear of Mount Gower into 2nd spot, followed by only 1 into 3rd, and then came zipping Sabrina. Mia, she's fast, not too far away, followed by Quantifiable a long way back as they head down the straight. Baby JC a length clear of Mount Gower, 6 lengths to Quantifiable, and Mia, she's fast as they turn. Baby JC, the favourites, kicking away, though, and the Victorians through. Baby JC, Mount Gower in a great gallant race, followed by Zipping Sabrina in the 3rd, making up many, many lengths. They're followed by Quantifiable back in the race, only 1. Neptune Benner never in the hat. Mia, she's fast, is knocked out early, and the race time is 29.92.
That was tradesman-like. Look at the way she burrowed through at that first turn. And she's gone on. I tell you what, the second dog, Mount Gower, has run the race of its life to finish 2nd and race its way into the Futurity final. But 5, 6, 4 and 8. Zipping Sabrina gets 3rd, and Quantifiable finishes in 4th spot. The early split of 5.40, 13.94, 18.10 down the back, home in 11.82, 29.92 the overall time to race number 8, the 3rd heat of the Group 1 National Futurity. But there was plenty of early pace from only 1 from box number 2. Baby JC gets to 2nd. There's pace there again from Mount Gower, but look at Baby JC. She just split those runners in the run to that first turn, hugged the fence. Mount Gower stayed with her for a long, long time, but that first up run here, 2 starts back, paid dividends because she just guided herself around, and she was impressive, Baby JC, going 29 and 92. And she will again derive even more benefit. She has taken a record now to 23 starts, 13 wins and 5 minor placings. Terrific performance by Baby JC. Her trainer, Bobby Douglas, is trackside now with Simon Orchard.
Yeah, Bobby joins us down here. We just were talking a little bit about the time there, Duke, 29.92. Bobby, were you happy with it or not?
I thought she'd go a bit better, to be honest with you, but she's through, so we'll just see how she goes next week.
Mate, we spoke during the week. You said it's hard to come up here, these are your words, to win on our dunghill. You've done it. You're through to the final. Do you anticipate some improvement next week?
I hope so, yeah. I hope for a draw a bit closer in, and hopefully she can get on the bunny a bit earlier. Yeah.
What about her mannerisms, mate? You said she gets a bit fired up in the kennels, in the boxes. Did any of that happen tonight?
Yeah, she did. She got a bit fired up, but that's her, you know. She's got white line fever. She's a good little bitch at home, but when she gets there, it's a different ball game. Yeah.
Pretty regularly bred, mate. Can you tell us a little bit about her background?
Yeah, she's out of Paul Bartolo line. He bred Melbourne Cup winners, and her mother won 86,000 in town. Never raced on a country track, so she's got a good pedigree. Yeah.
Where does she want to be drawn in the final?
Red.
Do the draw. Ladbrokes will be proud of that, mate. She's through to Group 1 Ladbrokes National Futurity final. She's got a great resume. We look forward to seeing you in 8 days' time.
Yeah, thank you very much. Thanks very much, Simon.
Bobby Douglas speaking with Simon Orchard as Baby JC and Mount Gower race their way into the Group 1 Ladbrokes National Futurity final. Okay, race 10 at Wagga. And the favourite here wears pink, and that is Dana Dennis for Rod McDonald. Finished at the tail of the field at its last start here on the 23rd of December. And on that occasion, it drew box 6, been in the money 3 starts prior. It's won here in a time of 18.72 over the 320 metres. Second pick with the markets is number 3, and that is Dynamic for Terry Roberts at around the $5.20 quote, along with Victor Prevails. We expect the early speed to come from number 5, Victor Prevails, who scored here 2 starts back in a time of 18.68. Dynamic's recent form, a last start winner tomorrow in best time of the day, 1876. 3 starts back there, one in 1904. It's got a good time here, Dynamic, of 1828. 8 starts of the track and trip. 1 win and 3 minor placings. So Dynamic around that $5 quote. They're about to be boxed. This is race 10 at Wagga. The tips from thedogs.com.au, 5, 7, 3 and 8.
Going in, Somebody's Mere Sour Straps out of 2, Dynamic, Cassin Keener, Victor prevails, Aston Carey 7 the black has at $11 now. Has very good support for Dana Dennis, continues to see it come into 2.10. It is the favourite out of 8. Victor prevails is well supported, but the favourite is 8, Dana Dennis here. They're set for a start, ready, set, racing. Dana Dennis was fairly well away out wide on the track. She's heading up towards the lead. There's plenty in front though, going very fast. Victor prevails. Dana Dennis got a check there in second. Cassin Keener. Dana Dennis is running fourth at this stage with Somebody's Mere, and further back then with Sour Straps in the straight though. Hanging on to the lead, Victor prevails. He's too good for them. Wins it from Cassin Keener, and then Dana Dennis, who got into a bit of trouble. They were followed back behind those runners by Dynamic, Sour Straps, and then Pandora Star with Somebody's Mere further back in behind them there. Aston Carey's run behind those and stand by in 1877, and 5 Victor prevails does it again.
5, 4, 5, 4, 8 and 1. 5, 4, 8 and 1 to race 10 at Wagga. Gary Mitchell, the trainer, the time 1877, 5, 4, 8 and 1. Race number 10, a run home there of 12.24. All right, so we've got one more heat of the Group 1 National Futurity. We run and one here at Wentworth Park. Let's take a look at the early market, and another Victorian in the shape of Cruise Mode holds the call just in front of Mortified. Actually, they're equal favourites here, 1 and 8. So the Wings have got it. $2.20 each of 2, $4.80 about Red Hot Frankie from box 3. Short break, back with more right after this. Welcome back to Wentworth Park. We've had 3 heats of the Group 1 National Futurity run and 1 so far. And in the opening heat of the Futurity, it was Windra All Class for Dan Gatt. Sue Barton and Brian Barton are the owners. A great story there. And you heard us earlier, Sue unfortunately has been diagnosed with terminal cancer. And I know the joy that she would get just from having Windra All Class in the final of the Futurity next week. So we hope to see Sue and Brian here. And Windra All Class, she really produced one of her top performances tonight. She had box 3 in the first of the Futurity heats. She stepped beautifully, moved up the track. She made her own luck, and Windra All Class was just too good, going a time of 29.88. That was her 9th win here at Wentworth Park. She's done her entire racing career at this track, 16 starts for 9 wins. The second of the heats, and in this affair, Ava Blazer was the favourite for Jeff Britton, but it was another South Australian in the shape of Victor Marley for the Rasmussen camp, and they've landed 2 into the final of the National Futurity, and the third heat was taken out by Baby Jasu, who showed plenty of guts to go through 2 greyhounds in that run to the first turn, and she will improve even further into next week's Group 1 National Futurity. She is a free-for-all chaser in Victoria. Let's take a look at the market for race number 9, the 4th and final heat. And money has come with number 1 Cruise Mode for Paula Bella at 205, 225 for Mortified, first up for a couple of months for Chris O'Brien. Red Hot Frankie gets out to $5, and then it's $9.50 about Zipping Mercedes. The speed map looks this way. The pace will come from Cruise Mode, Red Hot Frankie, and also Mortified. So look for greyhounds 1, 3 and 8. We've got a vacant box in box number 5. Red Hot Frankie in box 3, currently around the $5 quote. Cruise Mode for Paula Bella at $2.05. There is Paul Bella with Cruise Mode. The tips from thedogs.com.au, 8, 3, 1 and 2. Mortified on top at $2.25. Let's head down to the parade ring. Simon Orchard with one of my favourites, Jack Smith, who will handle Red Hot Frankie.
I'm sure he'd love to hear that. Duke's just said you're one of his favourites, Jack. What do you think, mate? Red Hot Frankie going around box 3 here. Chance?
Yeah, she's a rough chance. She just needs to find her old box speed and get on the bunny and hope she can hang on.
Look at the form, says she's a big chance. 29.64 at best here, track and trip. She's had 12 runs here for 5 wins, mate. What needs to happen if she's to win tonight?
Yeah, exactly that. She just needs to find the old form. Like, she's been out of the winner's circle for a little while now, so 29.60 ought to probably win it.
Bit of pace out wide. Mortified, I think, will be race favourite potentially. Is she the biggest threat?
Yeah, probably it in the red. Yeah, they're both in the market, and it's hard for the Victorians coming up here, I suppose, but yeah, the pink will certainly be hard. She's a nice bitch.
Last one, Jack. Obviously last year, great memories around this time of year with Jungle Juice taking out the Paws of Thunder. That's on tomorrow night. You don't have any runners, mate, but if you recollect on that moment, how do you feel 12 months on?
Oh, yeah, good. It'd be nice to be back, but anyhow, that's all right. We've been there and done it, so that was good.
Wish you all the best tonight. Good luck.
Thank you.
Jack Smith there with a Red Hot Frankie. Will start from box number 3 in race 9, the 4th and final heat of the Group 1 National Futurity. Really interesting runner is Mortified, who has had 15 starts for 9 wins. 5 of those victories have come here at Wentworth Park. She's first up tonight since early November, and earlier tonight, Simon spoke with her trainer, Chris O'Brien.
We're joined by Chrissy O'Brien. He's got Mortified going around in a heat of the Group 1 National Futurity later on tonight. Chris, she had a wonderful back end of 2022. What have you made of the first 6 months of seeing her on the track?
Oh, look, you know, you dream of dogs like her, bitches like her. She's been incredible, really, to think that she's been racing against the best dogs, in New South Wales, and get through to, the stage in the $1 million chase, the semi-final, was really good effort, really. So, very proud of her.
Yeah, phenomenal. You mentioned she won that Dapto regional final of the $1 million chase. She ran third in the consolation behind Zipping Maserati. Then she had an issue at the back end of last year. Tell us a bit about that.
Yeah, so I took her down to Wagga and trialled, and she did extremely well in the trial. And I thought, I'll come back and we'll end of the race. But unfortunately, she was acting a bit strange that night. It was all familiar surroundings at night time and all that sort of thing, and a bit of a crowd there. And she just wasn't herself and didn't jump. And got into all sorts of bother, and you know, she did it. She sprung a tail, and lucky enough, it was just a toe because she copped about 6 or 7 hits. So she pulled out of it considerably well. So she had that time off and been trialling it. She's been going really well, really well.
Yeah, the trial pervs are saying she's flying around the track. Box 8 tonight, mate. Does that hold any concern?
Oh, well, it is what it is. Good dogs can jump out of box 8. It's just the way it is, and there's only 7 runners. So the way she's been slipping, the first section's been remarkable. So I can't see why she can't run down the outside and get to the lead and set them a merry dance, you know? Yeah.
Wish you all the best tonight, mate. Good luck.
Thanks, Simon. Thanks.
Chris O'Brien with Mortified. Paula Bella's got number 1 Cruise Mode, trialled here last week in 13.11. And prior to that had won 3 on the bounce at the Meadows in Sandown Park. A good 29.70, fast 29.70. Best of night win at the Meadows on Christmas Eve, leading all the way. Comes up with box number 1 tonight, Cruise Mode. It's had the 1 start out of the red for 1 minor placing. Here's Simon Orchard with Paula Bella as they make their way to the boxes.
Paula Bella, Cruise Mode going from box 1 here, the final heat of the National Futurity. Chances tonight, mate?
Yeah, very confident. As long as she brings her Melbourne form to Sydney, we're pretty confident.
What thought process goes into bringing a dog up here for a race like this, mate?
Oh, just how quick they are at home, and if they're good travellers, and my owner's brought us, and they're from Sydney, so she deserves a crack at it.
Best of luck.
Thanks, mate.
All right, Paula Bella, no stranger to big race success, and he's got Cruise Mode, whose record reads out at 15 starts for 5 wins and 5 minor placings. But last start victory at Sandown Park in 29.32, best of night. 2 starts back, 29.70 winner at the Meadows, best of night. 3 starts back, 29.90 winner at the Meadows, best of day. So those races were in easier class than what she is facing tonight. A couple of grade 6 and 7s at the Meadows and a grade 5 at Sandown Park. But the red is a big advantage here, and she has had 1 trial going 30.11. So she's currently at around 205, and there's been a fair amount of support for her. They bet $3.60 early into around that $2 quote. To the checks is Zipping Mercedes around $10. Red Hot Frankie, my on top tip, $5.25. Sweet City Gal, a real roughie. Missile Denny, another one. At $41. Loves a Tipple for Scott Morgan at $51. And Mortified for Chris O'Brien, now out to $2.20. But Mortified has been supported from an earlier quote of $2.60. And I said, if you look at the times here, Mortified has run 29.63, posting 5 victories here. Red Hot Frankie has posted 5 victories, a best of 29.64 on the clock. So just 1/100th difference on the clock between Red Hot Frankie and Mortified. The big query, of course, is Cruise Mode from the inside box. And the only other runner really considered a hope is Zipping Mercedes from box number 2, and it's a $10 chance, and Zipping Mercedes has got no pace whatsoever. So look, I've gone with Red Hot Frankie. I just thought if she could find the front and get clear air early, and that'll give her a lot of confidence. As we heard Jack Smith say that she's been out of the winners list. The last win came here on the 5th of November when she went 29.88, leading all the way. So we're banking on Red Hot Frankie to lead, get a break, and hopefully get the cash. And she's currently at $5.25. Massive respect for Mortified from box 8, and a big query about number 1, Cruise Mode. So this is the 4th and final heat of the Group 1 National Futurity. The box draw will be conducted after this event downstairs by Ronnie Arnold. And then we have 1 race left to go, race 10 on the card. But they're moving over behind the iconic 520-metre boxes here at Wentworth Park, the spiritual home of greyhound racing. Let's head upstairs. Our caller for race number 9, the 4th and final heat of the Group 1 Ladbrokes National Futurity, is Russell Veach.
Drawn 1, the Victorian Cruise Mode for Paula Bella. They're just about ready to go. Ready, they are now. Red light turns to green, lure in motion, set for the final heat of the Futurity. Ready, it flies fast away to good line. Out wide Loves a Tipple, shows speed and launches to lead. Mortified coming across, followed by Zipping Mercedes, getting a lovely run third along the rail. They're Denny midfield. field. A long way back in the race came Cruise Mode, Sweet City Gal back towards the tail, but Mortified took over from Love to Tipple down the back. Put 4 or 5 on that girl, followed by Zipping Mercedes running on, and then Missile Denny. Mortified opens up the shoulders by 8, wearing they're getting to the line well clear and getting into second spot. Zipping Mercedes should qualify as well. They're followed by in the race. Loves a Tipper in a terrific race at odds, followed by Missile Denny. Then came Cruise Mode, never in the hunt with Red Hot Frankie. And Sweet City Gal, that race time is 29.91.
The only greyhound you wanted to be on at the first turn was Mortified. Excellent training effort by Chris O'Brien. And Mortified scores in a time of 29.91, and again she will be much better for that performance tonight. Her first run since the 4th of November takes a record here at Wentworth Park to 10 starts for 6 wins and 3 minors. Zipping Mercedes finishes in second spot. Third goes to number 7, and that's Loves a Tipple, and Missile Darnay runs 4th. So 8, 2, 7 and 6. We have our 8 finalists for the Ladbrokes National Futurity to be staged here next Saturday evening. And the box draw will be done very quickly, but there's plenty of pace from Loves a Tipple. Mortified gets up on the her outside, and that was the only query, that she crossed Loves a Tipple. Zipping Mercedes got a sweet run through when there was trouble in the first turn. Cruise Mode didn't begin well, nor did Red Hot Frankie. And Mortified, well, she's a class chaser, and she showed that again tonight. And that is win number 10 from start 16, and her second win from 3 starts out of box 8. So 5:45 early, 11.92 the run home. The time 29.91. Simon Orchard is with Chris O'Brien.
I sure am, Duke. He looks like the cat that got the cream as well. Chris, tell us, is that relief, satisfaction? Yeah. Tell us the emotion.
Yeah, no, very, very relieved. Very relieved. I thought she'd go good, but until she does it, you know, you don't really know. But been shaping up in the trials that she's going to do it first up, and she'll improve off that run.
Her PB is about 29.64, so she can certainly go quicker. Duke said it's a great training performance to get her back after so long away from the track, mate. What does she mean to you?
Oh, she's pretty special. I mean, comes right through the Tiffy line, and we've had that line for a long time now, and she's outstanding. Yeah, so she means a lot.
Feels like just yesterday we were standing out at Dapto in the cold watching her win a maiden. She's come so far, mate. You're in a National Futurity final now. How does that make you feel?
Fantastic. Wrapped. Thrilled.
Ideal draw next week?
Yeah, I think maybe a bit closer to the rail will be good. Yeah, that'll help, I think. Yeah.
Good on you, mate. Great to see you so happy and so proud of her. Mortified through to the Group 1 Ladbrokes National Futurity final.
Thank you, mate. Thanks, cheers. Thanks.
Simon Orchard with Chris O'Brien, and as I said, a man who's had a lot of success. The O'Brien family are deeply entrenched in greyhound racing, and Chris does a terrific job with the training his chasers. And Mortified, she's back tonight. She's back in a big way, running 29.91. So we're just waiting for the box draw for the Group 1 Ladbrokes National Futurity. We're only 2 minutes away from race 11 at Wagga. Plenty of punters waiting for this. 265 each of 2 here. Blackjack Ella and Betty Mayo boxes 2 and 8. Support also for number 1, and that is Heston's Mate off the inside, currently around the $5. Double figures. The rest of the field headed up by number 6, Corborn Ginger, the third of Ben Talbot's runners. Benny's got boxes 2, 6 and 8. And the 2 favourites here, Blackjack Ella and Betty Mayo. So we're probably about 5 minutes away from the box draw being conducted here for the Futurity. We've already had the box draw for the Group 1 Ladbrokes National Derby, and I'll run through both of those box draws a little bit later before we close out our coverage here. And don't forget, we do it all again tomorrow night. We have 2 heats of the Group 2 Summer Distance Plate. Corborn Magic and Stagger Out Lee, the 2 favourites in each of the heats there. Stagger Out Lee, the last greyhound to beat Corborn Magic. He's won 10 of his last 11, including races like the Christmas Cheer, the Sportsbet Middle Distance Championship at Dapto, the listed Newcastle Cup. He is Australia's number 1 stayer. He goes around in race 3, draws box number 8. Stagger Out Lee is in race number 4. She draws box number 2. And then we've got 5 heats of the Group 1 Paws of Thunder. And of course, those heats are highlighted by one of the super sprinters in She's a Pearl, who starts from box 2 in race number 9. But that is tomorrow night. We've still got one event to cover here at Wentworth Park. And of course, we've still got this race here at Wagga, where Ben Talbot holds all the aces with 3 runners, including the 2 favourites, drawn boxes 2 and 8. Let's head to Paul Francis at Wagga.
There's another one of Benjamin Talbot's, and it comes out of the green. The inside is Heston's Mate. About to jump here. Favourite out of 2, Blackjack Ella. Ready, set, racing. Blackjack Ella jumped fairly but away brilliantly. Betty Mayo, she's going to lead them clearly. Betty Mayo's flying in front, leads by 2 or 3 to Corborn Ginger, followed then by Blackjack Ella at the head of the others there, followed further back by Tigalong Zap, but this is going to, in a world of its own, and Betty Mayo scores brilliantly. From then Corborn Ginger ran second, and flashing home was Tigalong Zap. They were followed just behind those. At the head of the others was Blackjack Ella, got checked down the run there, followed by Heston's Mate, Princess Kafara, and Janet's Wish there. And just stand by here. 18.54 the run. And 8 Betty Mayo just won it. She clearly was on top there.
8, 6, 7 and 1. The numbers 18.54 the time. A Quinella for the Wagga president, Ben Talbot. 8, 6 and 7 and 1. Okay, the box draw for the Group 1 National Futurity is being conducted right here at Wentworth Park right now. Let's head into the grandstand. Here's Ronnie Arnold.
GBOTA, they will be able to get you through and make sure you enjoy the night. It'll be a very, very big night. The Ladbrokes National Futurity Final, again, it's first and second from the 4 semi-finals tonight in alphabetical order. It's Ava Blazer, Baby JC, Mortified, Mount Gower, Queen of Scotch, Victor Marley, Windra All Class, Zipping Mercedes. The 2 reserves are Ackeye Princess and Loves a Tipple. Again, one of our time-honoured races on the greyhound calendar across the country, been won by some of the champions of the years over the many, many decades. The National Futurity has been run and won. Best of luck to everyone. We will draw the lucky numbers. As I call you up, please just come up and remove the lay over the clip, and your box is underneath the flower. If you pull it apart, you'll be able to see what number your greyhound will start from. And the first up is Queen of Scotch. Connections of Queen of Scotch. The South Australians had a choice. And here we go for the Queen of Scotch. It is box number 2. Safe travels to SA. Next up is Mount Gower. It's a family affair, this one. Pick anyone you want. Pressure's on, Sal. Box 5. Next up in the National Futurity draw is Zipping Mercedes. The big zipping name has got to have another finalist. Box 6. Next up, Windra All Class. The Gat boys here. Greyhound's going wonderful at the moment. And for Daniel, if you open inside, box 3. Thank you. Next up, Mortified. A great win there for Chris O'Brien. He's probably down having his swabs, I would say. Stevie's up. And that is box one. Next up, Victor Marley. Tony's coming back. He likes these outside draws here. Box 7. We got 2 to go. Ava Blazer and Baby JC. Next up is Ava Blazer. Christine Proctor representing the team, Team Britain. Box 4. And last but not least is going to be Baby JC. Some 20 odd years ago, Carlisle Jack was going to get an Easter egg for this trainer. And it is box 8. Ladies and gentlemen, that is the draw for the Ladbrokes National Futurity final next Saturday week. Box 1 is Mortified, 2 Queen of Scotch, 3 Windra All Class, 4 Ava Blazer, 5 is Mount Gower, 6 Zipping Mercedes, 7 Victor Marley, 8 is Baby JC, the reserves, Ackeye Princess and Loves a Tipple. We thank you for your attention. All the very best. We'll do it all again tomorrow night. It's the Paws of Thunder Heats for 2023.
Thank you, Ronnie Arnold. And looking at the box draw there, Mortified and Baby JC will hold the call with favourite punters, I imagine. Mortified, its record off box number 1. So just look back through the book, and Mortified has had 5 starts from the red for 3 wins. Baby JC has box number 8, and Baby JC from box 8 has had 2 starts for 2 wins. Windra Class probably 3rd pick in the market, but again, I'd say the Wings will definitely be the favourites there. Mortified and Baby JC. So that final, the Group 1 National Futurity, sponsored by Ladbrokes, will be held next Saturday evening here at Wentworth Park. $75,000 going to the winner of that event. We are down to the lucky last here this Friday night at Wentworth Park. And we've got a number of scratchings in the last event. Boxes 2, 4 and 5 are vacant, so just the 5 runners to do battle. Fascinate Mel, got a wing on every paw really. So too is Funky Girl. Nangar Archie, Electra Lad, the roughie in the field is Miss Expeditious for Alan Proctor at $16, but it's around $2.60 the favourite. Fascinate Mel, Funky Girl at $4.50. Nangar Archie for Katie Brewer at $3, and then Electra Lad, a greyhound I thought well suited by the small field, and hopefully we can get one home. It's been a shocking night on the tip. You've been following punters, I do apologise. Some nights it just doesn't work out the way you think it is, but the favourite here, Fascinate Mel, at around $2.60 in front of Funky Girl. And also Nangar Archie, I should say, 2nd pick in the market. Nangar Archie finished 2nd here last week in a time of 30 and 18. Nangar Archie, 13 starts here for 2 wins, 6 minors. Electra Lad, 13 starts here, 3 wins, 4 seconds. A best on the clock of 29 and 76, which, with the exception of Miss Expeditious, who ran 29.74 back in September. Electra Lad is the 2nd fastest. A Group 3 winner here back in early May it was. And Electra Lad draws box number 8. So they're about to come on to the track for the lucky last here at Wentworth Park. Let's take a look at the Derby box draw. An intriguing race coming up, and Victor Damien blew them away here tonight, running blistering time. He draws box 5, the same box he had tonight in his heat. He's got a wide running good beginner in Starline Express drawn to his immediate outside. Not a lot of pace drawn directly underneath him. Victor Damien will start favourite, I imagine, in front of Rockstar Apollo. Gozo King will be in the market, and so too will Starline Express. So that is the second of the Group 1s to be staged next Saturday night. The third one is the Group 1 Paws of Thunder, and we've got 5 heats of that to be held tomorrow night, with She's a Pearl going around in race number 9. She has box 2. But they are on their way to the boxes for the last event on the card here at Wentworth Park tonight. And Fascinate Mel for Nolene Holloway. As I said, she has got blistering early pace from box 1. She's had 5 starts for 2 wins. Finished at the tail of the field here last week when she uncharacteristically blew the jump. Prior to that, ran 3rd in a free-for-all. She finds herself tonight in a grade 4 and 5, so well graded off those runs there. And her latest win came here 3 starts back, running 29.97 when she went a fast 5.43 to the first mark. So Fascinate Mel holds the call just at $2.60. Number 3, Funky Girl for Joe Comito. Last start winner at Richmond in 30 and 08. 1 heat, 2 starts back in 30 and 13. Miss Expeditious, the roughie of the 5-dog field at $18 for Alan Proctor. Nangarachi for Caitlin Brewer, hard in the market at $3. And then we've got Lectra Lad from box number 8 for Mark Davidson. And it's currently around that 460, 480 mark as well. So a tricky affair, a very tricky affair. You can often see in small fields, particularly where you've got a couple of greyhounds that have got plenty of early pace, and that's certainly what Fascinate Mel and Funky Girl have got. It may play into the hands of the back markers. Conversely, one of the speedsters could get a break and set it up. I'm with Lectra Lad at the odds. Small field, I think, suits him. I don't think he's badly drawn out there, obviously, with the small field. He was back in form, winning here last start in 30 and 21, well shy of his PB of 29.76, which come when he won the Group 3 event in early May, and he had box 7 on that occasion. So they are beside the boxes, and as I was saying earlier, we will do this all again tomorrow night with heats of the Summer Distance Plate and also the Paws of Thunder. So we're on start time, a last look at the market, and Fascinate Mel holds the call at around $2.50, 484 Funky Girl. Miss Expeditious, the roughie in the field, at $16. Then we go to Nangarachi from box 7, and Nangarachi is around the $3 quote, $2.80 now, and Lectra Lad also in the market at around the $4.80, $4.60 mark. Now out to $4.80. Nolene Holloway handling Fascinate Mel, her homebred greyhound by Aussie Infrared out of Fascinate Mary. There's Caitlin Brewer with number 7, Nangarachi. Being boxed for the last. Good luck with your investments. Here's Russell Veach.
About to wrap up proceedings. Thank you, Jason. It's been an awesome night here at headquarters this evening. Fascinate Mel is the favourite as the bunny heads to the boxes. They're set. And racing, Fascinate Mel begins speedily, fast away. Funky Girl goes with it, followed by Nenga Archie's been trapped out wide. Then came Miss Expeditious, and Lectra Lad sees them all. Out of the back, Fascinate Mel will hold the lead. Length and a half to Nenga Archie in the second. Funky Girl is third. Then Lectra Lad, followed by Miss Expeditious. Fascinate Mel, a length and a half, and Nenga Archie. 4 to Funky Girl and Lectra Lad as they come to the bend. Fascinate Mel just skipped away from Nenga Archie in the home corner. Fascinate Mel, she's going great guns. Down to the line, won it by 2.5. Second in the race, Nangarachi, followed by Lectra Lad into third placing, and fourth goes to Greyhound on the outside, Miss Expeditious from Funky Girl. The race time is to come.
One, 7, 8 and 6. 1, 7, 8 and 6 should be the numbers to the last event. The time 29.83 at early pace. 5.47. She led, held the fence, made her own luck out in front. Fascinate Mel gives Nolene Holloway, the last winner here at Wentworth Park this Friday evening. So 1, 7, 8 and 6 now confirmed. Run home of 11.80, a first split of 5.47 and 29 and 83 overall. And that is Fascinate Mills, just looking for the stats here. That is her 7th win here at headquarters and a 16th win overall. And there she is off the inside. Funky Girl goes with her. Nanga Archie comes across. Miss Expeditious there. Electra Lad drops out. And Fascinate Mel through the catching pen, holds the fence, holds out Nanga Archie. Funky Girl and then Electra Lad. But Fascinate Mel just doing it all out in front by herself. Gets the better of Nanga Archie. Electra Lad eventually goes past Funky Girl, and the 6 Miss Expeditious runs 4. So Fascinate Mel takes out the last here at Wentworth Park, and that time of 29.83 is a new PB for Fascinate Mel. As I said, we'll do it all again tomorrow night, Saturday night, a big coverage here at Wentworth Park. We've got 2 heats of the Group 2 Summer Distance Plate, 5 heats of the Group 1 Paws of Thunder. Hope you've enjoyed our coverage. I'm Mark Duclos. Thank you to Simon Orchard and our team here at Wentworth Park as well. We'll see you tomorrow night at thedogs.com.au.